Hello and welcome back to our Team Lotus F1 Manager series, as we are back-to-back point scorers now. If you joined the last stream, we managed to follow up our point in Baku with another 2 in Singapore, and that was enjoyable because the analysis said we're likely to finish at the back in Singapore. So we are jumping into COTA and hopefully Mexico, both races in this stream. It's a sprint race first of all in COTA. And the car analysis actually shows this is our best chance of the season for points. So although we have been able to gain some points in the last 2 races, we weren't expecting it. And if we were trying to get points, this race and Mexico would be our best chances. So whether it comes to fruition, who knows? But we might be able to add to our 3 points. But as I say, we are heading into a sprint race. Just looking at the car parts here for Mick Schumacher. This gearbox is about to, about to probably have an issue, but we'll go with that as is. Just check car parts are good on Danny Rick. They are. Driver options. Let's push. And strategy-wise, I think it's going to have to be a medium, isn't it? Yeah, soft is slower. It's a medium sprint. Right, so both drivers on a medium. Being a sprint, shouldn't be any pit stops, hopefully. So let's jump in. We're starting in 11th with Mick, 12th with Danny Rick. So let's jump in and start this sprint race in COTA.
Things are hotting up here in Texas for the sprint.
Here we go, Max on pole for the sprint. What's new there, really?
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Obviously, points in the sprint is 1st to 8th, so harder for us to get points in this sprint than it is the full race, but let's see. As Ricardo is squeezing past Mick Schumacher. And we'll let them settle down, but I will ask them not to fight. If you follow this series, you know our drivers are not allowed to fight, because they usually end up crashing into each other. So let's not start fighting each other, losing time and crashing out. Right, what is tyres? Let's have a look at that. So everyone from 1st down to 18th on the mediums, 19th to 22nd have tried the hard tyres. And I'm going to jump straight back down to standard. We don't want to use these tyres up too much.
Just make sure you're looking after your tyres. Copy.
Look out, never say never yet. Never say never. We never know what might happen. On pure pace, we probably haven't got the pace of these guys. Although, as I say, coming into this, car analysis did say 7th to 8th might be possible, so you never know. We might have the pace on the Astons. Alright, let's settle down into what we need to be doing here then. Stroll had a terrible qualifying, so he is down in 17th. So that's one less car that we need to worry about. We've got Albon behind us. We are out of the DRS to Russell, though, so we probably do want to deploy a little bit there.
Yep.
And we're just over a second. Mick probably needs a bit of deployment as well.
Copy.
Hopefully we get into this DRS and just kind of stay there, but oh, we have just nicked DRS there. Mick hasn't got it though. Danny Rick has got DRS. Struggling to gain though, even with DRS. Hamilton, Tsunoda, some of these still attacking on their tyres a little bit. As Correa's developed the fault. Yeah, I don't think... It doesn't look like we have got the pace. Albon's all over Mick Schumacher.
Understood.
So we're going to have to continue using this deployment here. Is Albon going to have a go here on Mick? Looks like he is. Mick tries to defend it. That long sort of left-hander closes up on you. Mick does retain 12th there. He's 2 seconds down on his teammate now, though. And we'll just continue to push that battery a little bit. See if we can get up to our teammate. And get up to Danny Rick and break the DRS to Albon. That will be a double nice. But Albon is going to get another helping of DRS here. Which is frustrating because we nearly had broken away from him there. Yeah, he does have DRS. Problem is, I haven't got too much room for error on the tyres, so... This is kind of our pace at the moment. Danny Rick, yeah, falling back on this top 10. 3.4 seconds now that we've stopped pushing fuel and battery. Mick is close to the DRS of Ricciardo now. We've got a yellow flag. Just a spin though, so that's not going to turn into anything more. Looks like... Was that Colapinto? Yeah, it was Colapinto. Turn 15.
Things look fine here. Whoa, and there it goes. And
Lights up the rears. There's Franco. That's not going to affect our race. He's at the back. But yeah, Albon's showing good pace actually, and we're kind of dragging him towards Danny Rick. So I think we're just going to go to standard now. If Albon gets past, so be it, but... He might still be using a lot of battery. He's on standard now on his tyres as Albon. Which I think most of the grid now are on standard for their tyres. A lockup is going to really cost you around here because the tyres are only just going to make it, as you can see here. As I say, that's on standard. They'll only just get... They'll be about 31, 32%. So a lockup is going to cost you to have to go light or conserve. So... Hopefully we don't lock up, but if any other drivers do, we might be able to take advantage of that. Looks at the minute, we're kind of... I was going to say, kind of in 11th to 12th is where we're at, but the only threat looks to be Albon. Doesn't look like we're going to make an impact on the top 10 behind, and doesn't look like Ocon and below are going to make an impact, although Stroll is part of that group, and he is now up to 15th, so... Be interesting to see his pace once he clears Ocon. Stroll may yet be a factor because it's only 2 seconds he'll have to make up. And he's already past Ocon, so yeah, Stroll certainly got some pace about him. But yeah, if you are jumping into the streams, please do smash a like on the video if you like the content. Really does help me out. And Albon is getting past Mick Schumacher, so not a problem. I think Albon, I don't know if he's still using battery because his pace is just...
Okay, so let's just catch...
I don't know, he just seems to have phenomenal pace at the moment, does Albon. It's one of those tracks where DRS can be hard to break. It gives you a good advantage because of how long the straights are. Yeah, what we'll ask Danny Rick to do is use some of that battery. Try and keep Albon out of his DRS. I might ask Mick to deploy as well. Mick will have DRS now on Albon. Don't think Albon got it on Danny Rick. He didn't. And Albon trying to fight it, trying to hold on. Stroll is already up to the back of us, so Stroll looks like it's going to be very difficult to hold back. Albon holds on to that position. Does he? Mick is going to take the inside two left-handers here before the right-hander. Can Albon stay in there? Doesn't look like he can. Mick claims it back, but Albon is going to have DRS on the back straight. At least Team Lotus is doing what McLaren did by outdriving the Renault team that races as Alpine. Yes, we do, with that Renault engine effectively outdriving the Works team. And yeah, Albon is going to come straight back at us here. I just don't think we've got the... I think, honestly, we just haven't got the pace of Albon. That's what it appears to be. We're Albon back past. Danny Rick will continue to push on the battery for a little while. He's got 2 seconds to Albon.
Yeah, copy.
I think we just need to manage this gap. I don't think Mick's going to keep Stroll behind. I'm not going to fight that too hard. Verstappen leads. Perez second. Bit of a Noah's Ark. We've got the 2 Red Bulls, 2 Ferraris, followed by 2 McLarens. 1 to 6 there. Mick is keeping Stroll behind momentarily here. Bit of a DRS train now behind Albon. Looks like Ricciardo has got the pace on Albon. And Mick is moving back past Albon.
Okay, how do you feel the tyres at the moment?
Might just have to go light here. Doesn't matter if they overtake us. We can stay in their DRS, but we can use this just to bring a bit of tyre life back into the car. Well, not bring it back, but not let it decrease as significantly as it is. So yeah, this DRS straight in particular is very powerful.
Tyre management will be
So as you see, we
important.
are running on standard. We dip below where we need to be, so it'd be touch and go. So we do need to run a little bit on light. So I think that's best to do whilst we've just quickly gained the lead. So if we'd done it behind them, we might drop out of DRS. So at least if we do it here, if they overtake us, we can go back on standard, hopefully stay in that DRS. I think Stroll, though, now he's the car behind, he will be hard to hang on to.
Understood. Need to pick up the pace a little bit if you can, please. Yeah, be smart and patient.
And we saw that one. Stroll overtakes Schumacher there. The Renault engine always makes me think it's a shame since 1997 when they pulled out. They've never really been the force they were with Williams back in the day, but oh well. Merc seems to be the de facto engine now. Yeah, interesting with Mercedes because start of this this regulation change in, what was it, 2022, it looked like they'd lost a bit of their engine, but I think it was more so the car than the engine. Mercedes still looks to have a pretty good engine. Ferrari always seem to have a lot of firepower in the engine, but yeah, I'd go along with that Mercedes has still got the best engine. It's pretty tight between them though. Though Renault had the spell, didn't they, with Fernando in the early 2000s. I'm trying to think, did they have a Renault engine in the back of that? I know they were Renault at the time, but... And it's odd, isn't it? The Alpine are potentially not going to have a Renault engine in it, which is mad. That's having faith in your own engine. Right, Albon has DRS on us now. Stroll's pulled away as we expected. The kind of mix got a bit of a fight on, I guess, with Albon here. Need to just try and stick with him. This might be a bit of a battle to the end. Yeah, we've got 4% less tyre life than Albon.
Okay, well, good job.
What is Alonso's issue here? Engine issue. So that could be interesting to watch. And I wonder if he'll have to put a new engine in. for the full race and whether he's got one in his allocation or whether Fernando will have to take a grid penalty for that. So Mick is back past. Let's go back to light. Because he's probably going to get past us here. Is he? No, I don't think Albon is going to make the move there. Yeah, Red Bull badged Honda engine is pretty good. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, isn't it, really? A Honda engine made by Honda with a Red Bull sticker on it, covering up the Honda logo. Arrows, what a team. Yeah, I think it's just when I used to first watch Formula 1, I remember all those different teams, and I know sometimes the grid seems a bit bland these days, and even in terms of liveries and the colours, but and the sort of arrows, Jaguar, Toyota, BMW. Now the teams are energy drinks and clothing brands. Right, what we got then? 10 laps to go. Mick is, yeah, still fighting with Albon here. We're just trying to conserve a bit of tyre life at this phase. And Stroll is 2.7 off Daniel Ricciardo. So Daniel Ricciardo is keep maintaining that gap. There potentially is an impact to have on Alonso. We will see. Really depends on what this issue is and if it gets any worse for him. But if not, yeah, we might just be seeing this one out in 11th and potentially 13th, might be 14th, depending on this battle between Albon and Mick. We are getting a bit of this tyre life because it is going to be touch and go with Mick if he can get these to the end. Albon's got much better smoothness. Yellow flag. What have we got here? That's very brief. Spinner or lock-up potentially there. K-Mag locks up.
This is what happened. And if we watch Magnussen...
It's not a race if there's not an instant without K-Mag.
And the car just locks.
He's on the hard, so he might get away with that. We did mention earlier, if you locked up in this sprint, you were going to be in trouble. But that's where if you were on the mediums. So as I say, it's touch and go getting them to the end. So a lock-up would have ruined that. But K-Mag on the hards will be fine because he's got a bit more tyre life to play with. As Albon has a look, but again, can't quite get past. Let's just forward on. It's fine if Albon gets past us here. I don't know if he's managing his tyres as well, because I would have thought he would have got past us on standard, but he might have us here on this next back straight. Let's wait and see. Although he's fallen back a bit here, hasn't he? Fallen back quite a bit now, Albon. Unless he's saving his battery for a bit of a push at the end here. Ricciardo, Alonso's up to 8th, so that engine issue isn't causing him any issues. Stroll 3 seconds off Ricciardo, so Ricciardo's just having a little bit of a lonely race now in 11th. Mick, he won't have the pace on Stroll. It's all about whether we can stay ahead of Albon. So 11th and 13th it looks like it's going to be for us, unless there's going to be any major incidents here. Sister team to McLaren, I call them because the founder was a McLaren driver. I can't remember the founder, Oliver something. I have good F1 knowledge, but that one's beyond me. Look out. Can't help you on that one. Colapinto having another issue.
Oh, we've seen a few go off the track there.
No, that's fine. That's no issue. Obviously, we know the McLaren founder, Bruce. We love a bit of Bruce. So yeah, a mix, what, 2.6? So yeah, Albon's pace has really dropped off, hasn't it? Which is interesting. Stroll is now 1.2 off Danny Rick, so I'm going to use some battery with Danny Rick.
Okay.
Yeah, Stroll's 1.2, so it looks like Stroll's having a bit of a push. Well, I was off with that one. His name was Jackie Oliver, the guy who paid originally for Arrows to be on the grid, but they may be gone. But Red Bull raced that left.
Tire or brakes.
Hulkenberg's mechanical fault's getting worse. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? With a lot of the car, you can track back a lot of the cars currently on the grid to different teams and original teams. It's sad in a way, Formula One, because a lot of the teams were, you know, people who were racers and bought the teams, and they were the owners. And now, like a lot of sport, football, golf, all of it, you know, it's a business now, isn't it? Really. Sort of was always a business, but it was a hobby as well for a lot of these owners. It was their passion, wasn't it? Where not doubting it's not a passion for a lot of these teams, but I don't think it's quite the same when you've got, you know, an owner who's sort of fully invested in it. Right, that battery push has helped get away from Stroll there. Well, hopefully the full race is going to be a little bit more entertaining. We might have better pace on some different tyres as well. Obviously, the only things with the sprints is they can be dull affairs in the game because you can't... Well, you can pit, but you're not going to make any ground up. Did they update the Williams and change Sargent for Colapinto 123? They didn't. If you play on PC, you can get the database editor, and therefore from... the Italian Grand Prix, I might have done it a race earlier actually than real life, I took Sargent out of the Williams team and put Colapinto in to represent real life. Colapinto does struggle in the game, unfortunately. He's not very well rated. Right, Ricciardo's had a good old push there. Got 3.8 seconds on Stroll. Let's just harvest into that first corner. Mick's got 3 seconds.
Okay, understood.
Albon's still got 4% on us, but he must be on light as well, which he's being quite reserved, is Albon. I wonder if he's going to have a push towards the end here. We've nearly got this back to where we need it, so we should be able to go on standard with Mick. So we just monitor Albon, see if he starts to close that gap. Yellow flag. That's a bit of a longer yellow flag. Looks like it's Correa potentially again.
Now
No?
I'm just looking here.
Crash.
Possibly Ocon's part of that.
Oh, the two Alpines. They're not the best of friends, are they? Gasly and Ocon. That's very sloppy. Lucky he wasn't collected there, really, Ocon, from the two cars.
Massively hit, guys.
Not sure if it's massive, Ocon. That's pretty typical for those two, then. Any damage for either of those? Not showing any damage for either of them, which is very lucky. It's not really going to affect us anyway, because they're behind us. Yeah, Bruce is a legend. Yeah, Bruce is a legend. Do love the Bruce McLaren story. Gasly's getting a penalty, though, by the looks of it. And again, not going to affect us, because he's behind us. Albon, yeah, still not gaining on us. Crazy Kai, hi, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're well. Not a problem, 1, 2, 3. Oh, you did, Crazy Kai. Thanks, buddy. As I say, not required, but really, really do appreciate it. Thanks, buddy. Right, 3 laps to go then.
Okay.
TomCom, thanks for the follow. Right, let's just forward on then to the end of this one, because I don't think too much is going to happen. Just keep monitoring this gap. Albon 3 seconds behind Stroll, but I think we're pretty comfortable on it now. See this out to the end. What I will just have a look at. Anyone going to struggle for a puncture or anything here? No. Everyone's all being a little bit sensible. Verstappen actually started on pole, but it's Charles Leclerc that's leading. And Charles making a bit of ground up. He's third in the championship, but he's been gaining on Sainz and Max, so that could be good for his championship. Not going to gain too much, of course, because it's only a sprint here. Ocon's got a mechanical fault now. Alonso, who has got that fault, is now in 10th. 4.8 to Stroll, 4.3 to Albon. I am surprised at Albon. He has been on light as well, because his degradation is the same as ours, but I think he could add 1 lap on standard or 2 maybe, but he just hasn't gone for it, but absolutely fine. Yeah, Alonso's dropped off the pace a bit now. Let's say, I'd be interested to see if he needs to take a penalty. 123, thanks for the follow. Crazy Kai, thanks for the gifts. More gifts. Really do appreciate it, buddy.
Okay.
Right, final lap. Just started for Danny Rick and Mick Schumacher. We are comfortable here now. Just need to bring these cars home. No points, unfortunately. Not that close, because, of course, it's not 10th for a point in the sprint. It's 8th, so we are 3 positions away from a point. Let's see what we can do in the full race. Of course, qualifying to come first. Charles does win it, and Perez has jumped Verstappen for second, so even further a distance for Charles. Gains another couple of points, another additional point. But let's see our drivers cross the line here then. First it will be Ricciardo, then brings it home in 11th. Is that where we started? Pretty sure it's 11th and 12th we started, so I think Ricciardo started 12th and he's up 1. Mick, I believe, started 11th, so he's down 2.
Nice one, guys.
So not as enjoyable for Mick.
Cheers, guys.
It's kind of where our car is, on the fringes of the top 10, but we can't quite challenge those Astons, Mercs, and the OP Sonoda in that RB. They're the next cars we need to challenge.
Okay, check the flag.
Right, let's just catch up on this chat. Yeah, another team, Walter Wolf Racing, the original
That's a
Williams team, was a class
sprint
1.
finish outside the points for Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah, they crossed the line P11. Not what they wanted, but the...
I've been lit, but yeah, being a McLaren fan, I have respect for Sir Frank, but yeah, very different to the Muller McLaren. Yeah, I think you've got respect, Frank Williams. But yeah, McLaren's the team, look out. McLaren is the team. I'm glad you're a fellow McLaren fan. Nice finish. You're going to do another race. I'll send a finger heart if you get points. Okay, that's a challenge. Crazy car. Yeah, we are going to do another race because we've got the full race in COTA, and then we are going to do Mexico in this stream as well.
Welcome everyone to qualifying.
But we need to do qualifying. Crazy car, you're a McLaren fan too. Lovely. Got a bit of McLaren family going on here then. Right, let us... Do we want to change anything here? I'm just gonna revert. I'm not gonna. We're at 92%. That's gonna be fine. Right, let's just jump straight into. Actually, what are the car parts saying now? Fine. Mixed gearbox 39%. So we'll start to use that gearbox in practice now. We'll put the fresh one in here. I don't know if that may mean Mick will take a penalty though. We'll see. Even though I'm Dutch, I got tired of hearing the 2023 F1 outro. Controversial, Crazy Kai. But you're not a Max fan. Right, let's get these out straight away. We didn't send them out straight away in sprint quali, and it nearly cost us, so I like to just get a banker lap in. We'll forward through the banker, and then we'll jump on board for their actual lap. Hopefully we can make out of Q1 at least here. Getting into Q3 would be a struggle. Right, let's get another set of softs lined up. They look like they've set a really good couple of laps there. Norris is locked up. Not good for Lando. Talking of McLaren's.
The focus is on Lando Norris here. Nothing at this point. Well, you can see the lockup. Just unable to control the car by that point.
Not good for Lando there. Yeah, we're seeing how Prost cheated Senna out of the 1989 title being the season I followed first McLaren. That was well kind of what would happen if Verstappen and Sainz had been teammates at Red Bull. Yeah, it would have been interesting if Sainz didn't go to Williams and went to Red Bull. But as you say, I think teams like to... It's nice for a team where they've got a driver that can convincingly beat the other driver, but the second driver gets enough points for them to challenge for the constructors. I'm debating whether we have to send them back out, you know. I don't know what kind of lap we've done here, but maybe our car is going to come alive on the soft tyres. We obviously ran the mediums there in the sprint, but what do you think, Chad? Do we just not bother sending them out? Are you a Lando or Oscar fan? I'm more of a team fan, Crazy Kai. As I say, I started getting into Formula 1 in the 90s and, yeah, just took a liking to McLaren. Liked the livery, liked the drivers at the time, so probably my first one idol was Hakkinen. But yeah, we had Hakkinen and Coulthard at the time, but yeah, I just kind of support the team, so at the moment, I guess I'm a Lando and Oscar fan, but yeah, whoever drives for McLaren, I sort of support. I mean, I like most drivers on the grid, to be fair. How old are you? I'm early 30s, Crazy Kai. Atty, hi, how's it going? Hope you're well. We're just talking about Hakkinen. We're talking about a flying Finn. His ears are burning and Atty's jumped in. I'm not going to send them out. Unless you in the chat go mad and think I should send them back out. For some reason, I feel we're comfortable. This could go completely wrong. I don't know how we are 4th and 5th. To be honest, you sound early 20s. Yeah, a lot of people say that. And I have the baby face to go with it. Can't complain about that. Going well, good to hear, Atty, good to hear. Right, we've not gone out. This could be an absolute blunder. Massive error. The McLarens have gone quicker, that's fine. So if we see a kick or a Haas go quicker than us, then we are in trouble. Put on old soft. Too late, Crazy Kai. I think we're safe. We are going to be safe. Well, that was handy. I wasn't expecting that. That's a good lap, isn't it? 7th and 8th. Oscar Piastri's taking a penalty as well, by the looks of it. Hulkenberg taking a penalty. Colapinto taking a penalty. So that's probably for engine parts or gearbox. Right, Q2. What we'll do, we'll go out on the scrub set first. Right, let's get these out. Yeah, part of me, if McLaren didn't have such a great lineup, would have liked Sainz back at McLaren. Yeah, Sainz did nothing wrong with McLaren. Obviously, got a nice drive at Ferrari, it's fair enough. Sainz could end up driving for every team on the grid the way he's going, though, couldn't he? Who's he driven for? He's driven for what was RB, Toro Rosso. Driven for McLaren. Driven for Ferrari. Now he's going to drive for Williams. He's nearly driven for half the grid. Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back, Mick.
Yeah,
we missed you for a race.
Copy.
Well, he may as well come back in.
Yep, understood.
Ah, this is the classic Mick. Don't know how he's managed such a significant spin there, but well done, Mick. Right, Mick will come in. Right, sorry, just catch up with this chat. Callie's old school fan like me. Drivers come and go like K-Mag. If not for the shells first rundles, maybe K-Mag could have done better. Yeah, I mean, some of those drivers at that time just unlucky with the car as well, but K-Mag came in on fire, didn't he? Was it 3rd place on his debut in Australia? I thought he was going to be the next big thing, but... I mean, I think a lot of the drivers on the grid are very close. It's marginal. It does, you know... If you can get a good drive... It does make a difference. Right, let me forward on to start this lap with Ricciardo. And let's just get this in, because it's a bank lap on scrub set. Mick, luckily, that was only a scrub set that he spun on. Yeah, Ricciardo way off the pace on that scrub set. Right, let's put those fresh softs on. Now, this is going to be all about traffic, because here in COTA, this... where Albon is now, actually. Where someone comes out of the pit, if you meet a car here on this sort of section, these S's almost, they don't tend to get out of the way. I think I'm going to try and go out late. Or do we go now? It's relatively quiet now, but most of the grid might come out. That's the problem. I think we go with the rest of the grid. What's the lap round here? 132. So we want a good few minutes and a half to get out, really. Right, let's send them out. Let's send them out. Let's see what we can do. Oh, we're racing a Haas here. Ricciardo's past him, so it doesn't look like it's going to cost him anything there. Try to get Antonelli as a little driver. He's extremely fast-growing driver. You can for free. Yeah, the only reason I haven't gone for Antonelli is because literally everyone goes for him, so I'm trying to have it a little bit different. And as we said about traffic, we have got... That's it. And that's the end of Mick. That's the end of Mick, unfortunately. I said about that traffic through that section. Atty, see you later, buddy. Thanks for dropping in. Have we got any more traffic here? No. Right, Ricciardo is going green, but as I say, he's way off the pace on that scrub set. Mick, I expect to probably qualify in 16th now. That was a massive hold up there in sector 1. But what can Danny Rick... What was that first sector? 25.0. Is Mick quicker, or was it the second sector? It's the second sector, sorry. Going to say 2 seconds off the pace in that second sector. It's a shame, because Mick was up in that first sector. Right, here we go then. Ricciardo, final corner. Where are we going to finish? Are we going to be able to get a car into Q3? Certainly Mick isn't. Ricciardo, not enough. Up to 12th, so we don't repeat the pace that we had in Q1. As we expected with Mick, he is in 16th. So we will start the full race, depending on Piastri. Oh, no, we've been jumped by Bottas as well. Bottas hadn't finished his lap, so it's 13th for Ricciardo, 16th for Mick Schumacher. I think Piastri's going to take a penalty, so we'll see what that does. So, as I say, 13th for Ricciardo, 16th for Mick. Let's see what happened in Q3. And it is Max Verstappen on pole, Carlos Sainz second, Perez third, Charles Leclerc fourth, Norris fifth, Piastri sixth, but looking like he's going to take a penalty, Russell seventh, Fernando Alonso eighth, Yuki Tsunoda ninth, Lance Stroll rounds out the top 10. We are in 13th and 16th. Hulkenberg to take a penalty as well, so it looks like Mick Schumacher will go up another place with that.
We're not far off now here in Austin as the drivers ready themselves for this 56-lap race.
Hey, I can't say Schumacher's first name in the chat. Says guideline violation. What am I violating? I don't know. You should be able to. Right, let's have a look at strategy. So we are up to 13th for Ricciardo. No, we're staying 13th, so that's not a significant penalty from Piastri. But it looks like Schumacher's jumped Hulkenberg. Right, compounds then. Let's have a look. So, yeah, they're saying hard, medium, soft, soft is the way to go. Let's have a look. Hey. This is apparently quicker, which is interesting. Right, we've only got one set of hards. Let's have a look at this as well. How quick is that? So this is quicker. Well, it's the same. So this is the same. So it is looking like a combination of hard and medium, all three compounds. Max Cabley, thanks for the follow. Do this very carefully. It could determine a finger, hearts, points. Yeah, crazy car, exactly. Yeah, so hards and mediums and softs all need to be used really, I think, for this strategy. It's whether we bolt on an extra set of softs. So we'll see how we manage the tyres, but I'm going to go with that. I think Mick will definitely need 2 stops. Actually, an early stop for him might not be a bad shout. I wonder if we can go really early. With Mick. Says that's 2 seconds longer, but that's... Let's just see if we can move this a little bit. 4 seconds. Alright, let's go back to where that was. Alright, let's go with that. Right. There we go, chat. Sorry. So, I'll just change that screen on TikTok as well. It's a bit easier to see. Medium, hard is fast. Yeah, we haven't got 2 sets of hards. That's the issue. If not, I would certainly go for that. We've only got 1 set of hards for each. So we're going to go with that. Currently, it's looking like a 2-stop with Ricciardo. Starting on the hard, long run, onto the mediums, finishing on the soft. Mick is a 3-stopper. Aggressive on the softs to begin with, then a medium, then a hard, finishing on the softs. So a little bit of a split strategy. Let's see how it goes. As always, we've got the opportunity to mix this up. If things happen in the race, or we abuse our tyres, or we save a bit of tyre life, we'll change it as we go. But let's jump into the full race in COTA.
Welcome back, everyone. The final preparations are now being made as we head into the race.
Sainz in Hassel to maybe because he thinks Hassel will become Toyota.
Will know exactly what's expected of him.
You want a good affiliate driver, and he is British. Sacco Sullivan. Yeah, I've tried to get Sacco Sullivan, but he has been signed, or he's been signed by someone else. I can't remember who exactly. But we did try to get Zach. Here we go then. 4 lights, 5. It's Max on pole as always. Will he remain on pole? He has Sainz challenging him. Ricciardo in 13th. We didn't put ourselves on attack. That's a schoolboy error. Let's get that fixed straight away. Will we lose places off the start? Hopefully not. Oh, Mick is being forced very wide there. He's retained 15th though.
Yep, understood.
If you are jumping into the streams and you're liking the content, please do smash a like on the video. It does help me out. So let's have a look at tyres, shall we? And let me switch this over as well. Okay, so interesting. Mick on the softs, and everyone ahead of Mick until we get to Piastri is on mediums or hards. Now Ricciardo on the hards. And the only driver who's on the hards ahead of him, really, is Norris. So it'd be interesting to see what we do here. If Mick has got significant pace and he gets up to Ricciardo, we will let Mick go because, of course, he's on a soft, 2 compounds softer than Ricciardo at this phase of the Grand Prix. Right, we will drop into our default strategy. Already 1.1 seconds to Hamilton. But let's say these are all on softer tyres than Ricciardo. So there may be an element of going backwards in this first stint for Ricciardo. Albon, who's very pacey early on in the sprint race, looking to be again here in the full race. I once had a race with 16 DNFs, Jesus. Yeah, I don't think I've quite had that much. I think 7 or 8 is the max I've seen. Of course, on Monaco, that'll be it, yep. Most street circuits, there's some carnage, isn't there, in F1 Manager? And Mick having a look at Albon. Come on, Mick. Nicely done, and he'll get DRS here. I might just ask Danny Rick to...
Understood.
I don't want to lose the place at Albon as well, though. There we go, that's worked out quite well. Mick is passed. Right, that's worked out quite well without them fighting, without having to put team orders in place, because sometimes when you ask the driver to move over, you lose the position to others, so that's worked out okay for us there. Ricciardo's not got DRS on Mick though, so it might be that Albon gets past Ricciardo here. Up the inside. Is Ricciardo going to try hold on to it? Forced out very wide by Albon. But yeah, Albon is pushing those tyres, so it'll come to Ricciardo later in the race. How's Mick getting on? He's 1.4 off Bottas. Bottas is still in the DRS of Hamilton. Alright, let's come off this fuel now. Does look like our car is very good on the soft tyres though. By the way, there's sometimes a glitch on January 1st in the game where a lot of drivers are free agents. You can sign them for free. Okay. I got Verstappen for free in Season 2. Very nice. Very nice, very lucky. Although, even if some of them are free, I don't know if we could afford them. Salary-wise with our team. We are in debt at Team Lotus. Oh, poor Colapinto.
Let's take a look at the replay. Now we're at turn 11 now.
He does struggle, doesn't he?
And there's the lockup. What caused that, I wonder?
Lucky to avoid an accident there. But on January 2nd, they have a team. Oh, okay, so it's literally for January 1st, is it?
Copy.
You could try Pato Award to sign for Mick or Daniel's replacement. We literally have tried everyone. We have secured Liam Lawson for next season. He wasn't first choice. He was about 10th choice. Again, he wasn't a driver that I was going to go for because I'm trying to mix it up on this series. But, yeah, Hadjar was my first choice. But unfortunately, Red Bull renewed him as an affiliate, and he has a buyout now of about 6-7 million, which we just can't afford. So, fortunately, we have to. Oh, there we go, Mick. Oh, he took the Williams with him. That's a massive spin for Mick Schumacher. Safety car is deployed.
Copy.
Welcome back, Mick. Welcome back.
Now it looks like Yes, it is. Alex Albon's involved in that.
Albon is a passenger in that one. That is an almighty lockup by Mick Schumacher. Alex Albon doesn't know which way to go and nothing he could do. As I say, this is the reason why Mick Schumacher is not going to be in this Team Lotus next year. Because this happens too often. And he is actually out of the race, and is Albon. Is it too early to pit? I think it's too early to pit. Especially on the hards. Soft runners. If I was on softs, I'd probably pit. But Mick is out. Let's hope the damage isn't too bad. Let's just hope that's chassis damage and not gearbox or engine. Now Mick's going to get a penalty. So that'll be a grid penalty for next race as well. To add to our woes. It's a 5-second. So that will go to a grid penalty, as I say. So yeah, we have got pit stops here. I'm not going to pit, you know. Too early. We're on the hards. But most of the grid are pitting here. Norris and Russell have stayed out. Norris on the hards. Russell's on the softs. We're going to jump some of these. It's carnage in the pits. Ricciardo jumping up the order here. Into 4th is Ricciardo, but of course we've now got a lot of quicker cars behind us on fresh tyres, but I think that's the right decision. Only if the race finished now. Yeah, that would be very handy indeed. Most of the grid has pitted though, haven't they? So Joe's got a pit stop issue. So Russell didn't, Norris didn't, Gasly hasn't, Correa hasn't, Ocon hasn't, and that's it. So only about 6 drivers didn't pit out of 20 there. All right, let's forward on till the safety car ends. All right, here we go then. Let's start to get some tyre temps in here. Right, so will that have worked out for us?
Okay, understood. Yep.
Who knows? Time will tell. Time will tell, but I think that was the right decision. I feel like it's the right decision. Of course, our race is really with these sort of Gasly, Correa. On the fringes of points, normally finishing 10th or so is Alonso, Stroll, Hamilton. So they're way down the field. They've got to do a lot of work here. So here we go. Restart is underway. Norris leads us away. Verstappen, who was in the lead, I believe he was. He started on pole at least. Verstappen is now 3rd after pitting. As I say, 90% of the grid have pitted under that safety car. We are probably going to go backwards here, but say it's really Perez and Leclerc. I don't think Gasly, Correa and Ocon will have pace on us. Really how quickly Piastri and Tsunoda, Sainz, Alonso gets past this group of cars. So just got to run our own race here as Ricciardo and not do a Mick Schumacher. Take some stress away from us as team principal though. We've only got to concentrate on one driver, of course. Daniel Ricciardo got 2 points out. 2 points last time out in Singapore. Can we get more points today? Looks good at the moment, but we are in a different phase of the Grand Prix, of course. By the way, when I start a career, Colapinto's not there. How do you have him there? Are you on console, Kai, or PC? That's great. Lawson is a great driver, and well, I would not be surprised if Max Verstappen may have held weight on why it's taking so long in real life for Lawson to get a race seat. Of course, politics. Yeah, it's interesting as well, because there's a lot of talk that Ricciardo will be out of the car after Singapore. after this weekend's race. Obviously, there's a 4-week break again after Singapore. And I think Danny Rick had 2 clauses in his contract where they review his performance. One at the summer break and then one after Singapore. So that would be interesting. Daniel Ricciardo holding on to 4th place at the moment, but DRS is now enabled, so this is going to be a matter of time now before Checo gets us. PS4, yeah, that'll probably be why. He's on the database on PC, so I'm not sure about on console, unfortunately. Right, what's happening behind us now? Gasly and Correa are still there. Ocon has been overtaken by Piastri and Tsunoda, so Piastri and Tsunoda now need to get after Correa and Gasly. As I say, if Perez and Leclerc got us, would be 6th. If Piastri and Tsunoda got us, would be 8th. Sainz got us, would be 9th. So it's more Alonso and Hamilton. Ooh, that was closer contact. Perez getting very impatient. It should be an easy job for him now with the DRS on this straight. And is it going to be 2 for 1 here? No, we close the door on Charles.
Yep. This is my pace. What
is tyres here? Correa is behind us. He is on the hards. 76% though. Our tyre life is pretty good on these hards. Considering Tsunoda and Sainz have just put on hards, they've only got a 9% advantage, so they are pushing those hards. Lawson is quality. Yeah, I really rate Lawson. He's obviously going to be in a car. Might be the end of it. Might be after Singapore, but certainly in 2025 he's going to be in either an RB or Red Bull, isn't he? Well, RB isn't it? Because I think Perez confirmed for 2025 now, isn't he? So looks like it's going to be Yuki and Lawson. Yellow flag briefly as Charles gets past us. To be expected, of course. Oh, Franco.
Right then, we can take a look now. Now we're through the last turn here.
Oh, Franco.
Oh, and the car locks up. And they'll need to be mindful of the effect that had on the tyres.
The game is showing that Franco has not got a contract with Williams next year, so we'll see what lineup they go with. But I'm trying to get Franco as an affiliate. As I say, he's quite low rated on this, but I feel sorry for him only being in our series for 7-8 races. So I'm going to try and sign him as an affiliate and hopefully upskill him. Hello, Lance. How's it going, buddy? Hope you're well. Hope you're doing well, Lance. Right, so it is now Correa behind us, and then Piastri, Tsunoda, Sainz.
Yep, understood.
Correa slipped it down the inside. He's going to push us out wide. No.
Understood.
Correa he is pushing those hards a lot more than us. Yeah, so the only problem is his confidence is going to be very low because he's losing positions. That's what they need to change, this confidence, because it's not realistic. Danny Rick wouldn't lose confidence in real life in this scenario, but perhaps losing a place to Correa. Pager, hello, buddy. But yeah, effectively, you would be thinking mentality-wise, wow, I've just jumped up to 4th after safety car. I've got a load of cars behind me on fresh tyres, so I'm likely to lose positions. But this game just sees you losing a position and takes your confidence down, so they need to change that. Danny Rick, though, fighting back. This will help his confidence. And this is really ruining the races of Piastri, Tsunoda, Sainz. That's a hell of a battle through there. Correa is pushing these hard, so although he may get past us, I'm not too worried because he's going to have to pit a lot earlier than us. So we're going to be quicker later in the Grand Prix, but we are going to be lamb to the slaughter on this long straight. Look at them queuing up. This could end in carnage. This could be bad news for us because we don't want to be taken out, and this could end up being 3 or 4 wide. Although, not good traction for a few of the drivers off that corner, but here we go. Here they come. It's just going to be Correa, it looks like. Oh, I thought Piastri is about to go in our rear end. Same again, though. Looks like Ricciardo's going to try and hold on to this. Frustrating. Most of the grid here is Danny Rick. Lance Stroll, you're not hated. We love a bit of Lance Stroll in this chat. Got to go. No worries, Crazy Kai. Thanks for dropping it. Oh, thanks, buddy. Another gift. Not needed, buddy, but really appreciate it. Have a good evening, buddy. Yuki, one of the most improved drivers this season. Yeah, Yuki's doing well. Finding some consistency in real life, isn't he? I still have a question mark on Yuki, whether he can be a top championship winning driver. But again, it's hard to tell when you're sort of stuck in an RB your whole career. And it's Piastri now who's cleared Correa, so he will probably be finding it a little bit easier to get past us. But this is still working out okay for us, because this should be the slowest stint for us. So I'm just looking, as I say, I think we'd really compete for points against Alonso, Stroll, Hamilton. Hamilton is on the same tyres, so Stroll, so not so good on that front. But Alonso's on the softs, as Piastri does get past us. I think he'll have DRS to pull away, because I think that was... Yeah, that was after the detection zone, which is not great for us there. But yeah, Alonso is in 11th on the softs, so that's a bit of a struggle for him there. Right, we want to pit lap 22, so we're on lap 10. Let's forward on a bit. Hopefully you can maintain to Correa, but Sainz is on him now. Correa's going to have another go into here. So I'm not too bothered about fighting at the moment, just trying to run our strategy. It looks like Correa has finally got that job done, but he has used more tyre life than our... Oh, Tsunoda, sorry. Tsunoda now. Completely missed that. So Tsunoda's come through the pack then. He's got past Sainz and his teammate. And Tsunoda makes light work of us. Correa's dropped off, so there's a bit of a DRS gap now. And then it will be Alonso. So Sainz is probably going to get past Ricciardo, and then Alonso, Hamilton and Stroll are going to get past Correa. And they'll be the next group of cars onto Ricciardo. I don't think we would, if we would have pitted, I don't think we would have had a significant, we wouldn't have, everyone pitted, so we wouldn't have had an advantage on these cars. We certainly wouldn't have got up into the points, so it definitely was the right call. Whether we can stay here and stay in the points, who knows? So Sainz passed us. And Alonso and Hamilton did get past Correa, so that group of cars are now behind us. What's Alonso's tyres now? 64%, 63%. I think he is trying to manage those, though. Yeah, the pace has dropped from Correa. Bottas is hanging in nicely onto Stroll. We haven't been the quickest on the mediums and hards. We seem to like the soft tyres around here. As there goes Alonso on his soft tyres. Is Daniel Ricciardo going to try and fight that? I think he's going to struggle with the grip that Alonso will have, but Ricciardo's going to try it. We can make it a bit of a nuisance for him. Well, it looks like Alonso is going to get that done. Oh, no! Please! Get on the track! Oh, no, chat. Why?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, it's just sloppy, isn't it?
Wow.
Oh. Can you believe it?
Clearly they're not what everyone in the garage...
Well, I think that's the chance of points gone. Have we got... We've got no damage by looks of it. Pride is damaged, but we're down to 18th. That's absolutely wrecked it for us. Lost 8 positions sitting on the exit. Alonso, who we crashed with, is there with us. Alright, we're going to have to try something different now. But I think that's any chance of points gone. Oh. God, what can we do? What do we do with these drivers? Well, we're there at the moment. What can we do? We could go... I have to try something a little bit different now. Right, let's try that. I can't believe that. Alonso's got a puncture now as well. Oh, it's all gone wrong for Alonso. So either because of that accident has absolutely degraded his tyres, or some debris. So Alonso is going to be a long way back. He's got a long way to go to the pit. So Alonso's not going to be a factor. But to get to points, we now need to make, what, 8 overtakes. And we're 4 seconds off the pack here. I mean, potentially we could still get points, but we'd need a bit of an accident or issue up here. And the only 2 accidents that there's been has involved, typically, both our drivers. So right, let's just push on. We're not even closing that gap. Alonso has made it back to the pits. We're closing the gap to Zhou. Russell's in the pits because he stayed out, didn't he? We have jumped Russell. But obviously net pit stop behind now, so he's going to be... Wow, look at the traction. Very quickly past us. He's on some lovely fresh softs. Sounds like time for 2 new drivers. Yeah, the problem is we haven't got money, and Ricciardo's still got a year left. I mean, to be fair, Ricciardo has had his spins. He does make less errors than Mick. I'm not sure if that was Ricciardo's fault or Alonso's fault there. Looked a bit sloppy. Looked like Alonso, you know, like a Sainz and Perez. Avoidable. Was avoidable. Right, we're going to try something a little bit different now, though. We're going attack on these hards, and then we'll have to put in an extra pit stop. I kind of want to pit before Magnussen and Ocon, though, but let's see. We don't want to get bogged down in this DRS train. Don't think if we pit... Can we... If we pit now, can we make it work? Can still make that work. I just wonder if it's worth pitting now, so we... I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it now. Try an aggressive undercut.
Okay, I'll box this lap.
Because all of these are pretty much in a DRS train from Gasly. I know Russell's involved in that, but Gasly, Zhou, Magnussen, Ocon. Hopefully you'll be able to jump all of those here. I think we should be clear of Alonso. I can't imagine Colapinto is going to be too much of an issue. He's going to be pitting very soon anyway. Let's not add to our woes here and have a slow stop, please. 2.7, not the greatest, but that will do. We're out in front of Colapinto. That'll be very nice indeed. No, although you do get a very fast exit on this corner. Like that. The Scalextrics exit. Oh, that'll do. Yeah, nothing to lose. Nothing to lose now. Right, so this is just a standard push here. Got 15 seconds to Ocon. We're hoping they stay out a little bit longer. And then we can get a bit of an undercut on them all. A large undercut. Hopefully jump 4 or 5 cars here. That's earlier than we want to stop, but that accident has thrown us into that. Right, Correa and Ocon are pitting now, so... Correa was a lot further up the road, though, than Ocon. So I'm not sure we can jump Correa, but hopefully Ocon we can. There's Correa. He'll get the Scalextrics exit now. So we're not going to jump Correa, but it does look like we jump Ocon, which was one of those cars in that group. So that has worked. And that shows, hopefully, that we should jump Magnussen, Gasly and Zhou as well. Quite a significant advantage there, to be fair. 8 seconds we've pulled. So that is a very aggressive undercut. The undercut is definitely working there. Alonso obviously really struggling with that damage that he got with us. There's no penalties in there either, was there? So we weren't adjudged to have been at fault. And neither was Alonso. Sainz mechanical fault. Is this Crofty or Sainz? Sainz. Sainz has got an issue. We get a retirement or two in that top 10. You never know. You never know. And Correa has got a fault as well. So a couple of faults developing. Correa's out on the softs. So we may not have the pace on him. Gasly is pitting. It's going to be closer to Gasly than it was Ocon. He'll get that ridiculous pit exit, but we are past him, so that's fine. Five seconds, 3 seconds, 3 or 4 seconds to Gasly. That has worked, I think. Jumping in the pits early. Let's see how far we can get. I am forwarding because obviously we've got no on-track action at the moment. We're not really gaining on Correa because he's on the softs. What did Correa start on? He was on the hards. So he matched us on the first stint. His second stint, softs. So he'll be in a lot earlier than us for that second stop. Although, he might be on conserve on those softs. Because he only pitted, what, a couple of laps later than us? Maybe he is on standard. We'll see. That might cross over. K-Mag is going to be in the pits. I'm pretty sure we're going to be jumping K-Mag here. Yellow. Oh, Correa. Correa out wide there. Lock up. Well, his tyres will be worse than us now.
Drivers involved. Things were all right here.
Lockups are going to cost you on those softs.
With the car. They were just unable to do much about
Lock up
it.
for Correa. Goes wide. Hands the position to Daniel Ricciardo. That's another position gain. Right. And I think his tyres will be, down to 72% now. We did jump K-Mag. K-Mag's still in the pits. So it's now 12 seconds to Zhou, Hülkenberg and Bottas, who still are yet to... They have pitted? Yes, because under the safety car, but they've got to pit again. Of course. I think. Let's look at the tyres. Yes, they have all got to pit again. Russell already down to 67% on those softs. So Bottas probably in the next lap. Zhou the next couple. Hülkenberg's a little bit longer because he's on hards. But we're 11.3 off Zhou. What's the last lap? Nearly 3.5 seconds we're taking out of Zhou. 2 seconds, 2 and a bit seconds on Hülkenberg. 3 seconds on Bottas. As Correa wants to have us back here. He is on those softs, but as I say, he's softer compound. He's got a pit earlier, and he's taken life out of them. So I'm not too fussed about Correa.
This is my pace.
But when we look at the bigger picture, we're going to have the pace on Correa in this race. Bottas pits. So we should... Bottas was further up though, wasn't he? Are we going to jump Bottas here? I think we are, you know. Though he is closer to the pit exit, being in that kick. It's going to be close. He's going to get that really fast exit, but we are past him. He might be on to us a little bit quicker though. There you go, straight onto us. So, oh my goodness. What's happened there? Didn't get past us. So Bottas on sauce. So he probably is going to move past us pretty quickly here. But again, we're kind of offset now with the rest of the grid because we jumped in a little bit earlier. So we're not really going to know where we're going to be in this race till the sort of closing stages of this one. Correa's sort of checked out a bit, but as I say, he's down to 59% now, so we've got 20% on him, as Bottas is going to get that move done now.
Okay.
Ocon's developed a fault now as well. Wow, Stroll releasing his inner Jack Field nerve in the points he would have thought time for 16 retirements. What do you think, chat, for predictions? Where do you think we're actually going to finish this race in the end? Let me know in the comments. Where are we going to end up here? Bottas got really good pace on those softs. Shows him. And then we're just waiting for Hulkenberg. Zhou was further back, so we're going to be comfortable on Zhou. But yeah, that undercut definitely works because we have jumped now Zhou, Ocon, Magnussen and Gasly and potentially Hulkenberg. So it would have cleared 5 cars there. So I think we will be a net, I think we'll be ahead of, yeah, because we're only 12 seconds behind Hulkenberg now. So I think we'll be a net 13th. But it's whether... yeah, it's whether we can have any action on Correa and Bottas ahead of us. John's guessing the kick Sauber finishing. Bottas 11th, Zhou 15th. It's probably because I was watching the kick Saubers when I asked you that question. We have one remaining car in Danny Rick. So where's Danny Rick going to end up here? I think it could be anywhere between 11th and 14th at this rate. Hulkenberg does pit. That's what I was waiting for. I think we should be pretty comfortable past him here. Let's wait and see. Yeah, gonna be past easily. And we're back past Correa as well, whilst we were watching Hulkenberg take his pit stop. That's a lovely aggressive move from Ricciardo. Could have waited for the DRS on this back straight, but he takes it early, takes the DRS to pull away.
Alrighty. Nice.
Right, so Hulkenberg's out now. Correa, I wonder if he's just managing those tyres now, because he's dropping off the pace. Bottas already... yeah, those softs burn up quick, don't they? We might come back at Bottas shortly here. 12th or 10th mainly, yeah. I think we're going to be somewhere between 11th and 14th at this rate. As I say, we're hoping for a bit of action up front, but it's not happening so far, is it? And no one's got faults up there either. But yeah, Correa has dropped off the pace now, so I think he's managing those softs. What did Hulkenberg go on to? He's on to the mediums. We want another set of mediums on lap 29, so we're approaching that. Stroll is in the pits, but yeah, he's not going to be in our window, unfortunately. He's back out, so yeah, any chance of points, we're going to need to see some action up front here. Russell's got a pit again, though, but I think he has built... yeah, he's built a pit stop now, it looks like. If you're jumping into the stream, if you haven't already and you like the video, please do smash a like. It does really help me out. And yeah, let me know in the comments what we're thinking this weekend in real life for Formula 1 in Singapore. Who's going to be on pole? Who's going to be on the podium? Let me know in the comments. We're just managing this gap. It's now Hulkenberg, the car behind us. We are coming back now at Bottas. We thought this might happen because Bottas, we're now on the net sort of degradation on the tyres. Russell is taking that stop. But yeah, we're not going to be anywhere near Russell. So unfortunately, points is looking a long way off at the moment. Correa's pitting again now. What did we say? Lap 29, didn't we? So 1.6, 1.9 to Bottas. Let's just continue to monitor that. Don't want to pit the same lap at Bottas, so I think we could extend this if we wanted to, but I think we want to... Prediction going well. Prediction's spot on for Bottas and Zhou. Hopefully we can change that with Ricciardo. I think I'm going to stretch it out to one more lap, lap 30. Hopefully Bottas doesn't pit. Ocon's got a mechanical fault developing, but again, that's behind us. We'd like to see that happening ahead of us. Just going to ask Ricciardo to deploy a bit, just to get in Bottas DRS. That'll help. Just drag us along with him a little bit better. Are we on the lead lap? No, I don't think we are we? Are we? We are actually, aren't we? Because we've not been lapped. Leader. No, we've not been lapped, so that's fine. I think we are on lap 28 though, because we've not finished this lap. The leaders have started their lap.
The tyres are hanging on, but there is a little bit of dead.
We're fine, Danny Rick. Let's just get into that DRS. Don't think we quite had it, did we? Yes, we did. We did just about get it, so that's handy. You can just harvest that battery again now. Right, there we go. Right, let us pit. Well, they're not fresh mediums, but that's fine. Let's pit next lap. Let's attack these tyres. Let's burn out what we've got on these mediums. Hopefully have a bit of a push. Get past Bottas and the DRS. What's his tyres saying? I don't want him to pit before us, which could happen, or it could be the same lap here. We could be racing with Bottas for the rest of this Grand Prix. Right, Ricciardo, that's it. Tuck right inside there. Take the DRS. Take a nice easy move past him here. Come on. Come on, this should be easy work, Ricciardo. We're gaining, nearly there. And there we go, we are past Bottas. Is Bottas going to jump into the pits though? That won't be great for us. He may well, you know. Let's wait and see. I think the decline of Red Bull in real life may be worse than when Williams lost Adrian Newey. Yeah, well, as they say, I think this decline in Red Bull needs to be studied. Bottas has pitted. Not good for us. He's trying the undercut on us now. So we're going to have to give it everything on this out lap. In lap, sorry. Like Bottas going for the undercut. Where does he come out, though? Is there a gap there? Between Zhou and Magnussen would be nice. He's out behind Magnussen. There's still a nice gap there though, isn't it? That he's come out into. Yeah, 4.3, so that's fine. Right. Everything we've got, Danny Rick, on this in lap. Correa's fault getting worse. So there might be some retirements at the back of the grid. We want some ahead of us, really. Right, here we go. Second pit stop for Daniel Ricciardo. Trying to stay ahead of Bottas here. And what tyres is Bottas? Bottas back on a set of softs. So again, we're going to be on a different compound to Bottas. He's having to get past K-Mag there as well. As Daniel Ricciardo is being received. 2.4, good stop for us at least. But Bottas is going to clear us. Do we clear K-Mag at least? We do. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so we just need to settle back into that strategy. So we're looking now at lap 43. I'd expect Bottas maybe to pull away here. Although actually his softs are not in great condition, are they, at 89%? Now we're 6 seconds away from Zhou and Gasly, but they may pit by the time we get there. I'm going to take a risk here. I need to take a quick comfort break. I'm going to keep it on 1%. I'm praying Daniel Ricciardo does not do anything wrong. Chat, you are in command. I will be back shortly. Did we survive? Okay, we're safe. Did I miss anything? Doesn't look like anything's happened whilst I've been gone. Right, 1.9 then to Bottas. Got a tyre advantage on him now. Still waiting for Hülkenberg, Gasly and Zhou to pit. Bottas is gaining. Well, we're both gaining significantly on those ahead of us. Hopefully they come into the pits before we catch them, or before I catch them. Thing, hold Bottas up. Bottas is just about with them now. That would be nice. Yeah, 30 seconds to the points now from Hülkenberg, so Although we could be in 11th, so we just need someone to have an issue. Need a bit of luck. We're on Gasly here, so Gasly has dropped out of that pack. Bottas has passed him, and now Ricciardo's passed him as well.
Understood.
Tyres down to 31%. Right on the cliff now is Gasly. Surprised he's not in already. The fact that Norris needs as much support as possible to catch Max. Yeah, I think the problem not helping Lando is that the other cars are doing well as well in terms of Mercedes, Ferrari. If McLaren were dominant and the other teams weren't so good, it'd be easier, but there's other teams taking points off them, so... And his teammate Oscar is pretty decent. That was a lovely drive in Baku. Right, we're on Zhou now. He's going to try and do his teammate a favour here and hold us up.
Yep.
No, he can try, but that's not going to happen. We'll get DRS as well. Now, Gasly does pit now. So I think we were nearly 2 seconds behind Bottas. We're now 1.3, so we've gained a little bit there. Yellow flag at the first corner, not sure why. Okay, nothing significant by the looks of it. Right, we're in the DRS of Bottas now. Lap 36, 20 to go. Bottas is going to be in much earlier than us, so... Stroll's off! Stroll is off! Points are on the cards! So Williams gone into him here. Oh, it has! Is that Colapinto or is it Albon?
Oh man, that was such...
And there's been quite a
Stroll
crash.
is upset about it.
Here we are then.
It was Colapinto. I saw the yellow T-bar.
You can see how tight it is.
Oh, Colapinto, thank you very much.
Come together, and there'll be more than one unhappy team after
That's
that.
Stroll's fault. Stroll is absolutely in the mud there. He's still in the race though. And we're still 30 seconds off him here. So it depends what the damage is here. He hasn't got a puncture or anything, so points may not be on. We're moving past Bottas. It's all livened up a bit here. Stroll is pitting. Colapinto's right at his rear end. Colapinto's got a 5-second penalty. Stroll has got significant rear wing damage, so hopefully he is going to be very slow here. He had to pit because his tyres were absolutely wrecked because of that incident. But how much pace he's going to have? He's got a 30-second advantage on us. I think he's still going to be very slow with that damage. We could nick a point here. I think we're still racing with Bottas. Hulkenberg pits now. Stroll's out, so we'll see what that gap is shortly. Where do we want to be? Lap 43. Lap 43, we want to jump onto some softs. Stroll's gone on to the mediums. Right, it's 12. Let's just get past. It's got 12.2.
Oh no, that's a slow
Hulkenberg's had a pit stop
there.
issue. That's handy. Right, so it's 12.2 when we started that lap. Alonso's just in all sorts of issues. Surprised they haven't retired the car. So 12.2. Looks like we're going to take about a second out of Stroll. So a second a lap. If we can do that, we can nick 10th place. We're going to lose a bit of time shortly because Max is coming through to lap. Bottas still hanging in. Depends how significant Bottas' undercut is going to be, because I feel Bottas is probably going to go on a set of mediums here at the end. Although, what tyres has he got left? He's done medium, medium, soft, soft. Unless he go on hards. If he goes on hards, I'm not worried about him at all. Down to 11 seconds. That was Stroll's pit stop lap, so we can't see what his last lap was yet. But we've got a chance of a point here now, thanks to Franco Colapinto, who has absolutely punted Stroll, wrecked his rear wing, wrecked his tyres, had to pit. Bottas has dropped off there because he's getting out of the way of Max, so he's not dropped 3.7 seconds back. We will have to do the same shortly, and that will allow Bottas to close that gap. Yeah, there is a chance of points here. As Verstappen is going to get past us shortly. 4.4 to Bottas. That's going to drop in a little while when we now get past Verstappen. Oh, Verstappen gets past us, sorry. We get out of the way of Verstappen. Easy for me to say. Like, Verstappen's taking his time to get past us here. He's coming to the end of the life on his medium, so I wonder if he's just conserving a bit of life as Verstappen. The gap to Stroll is under 10 seconds now. All right, Ricardo, hopefully on this straight we're going to get out of the way of Verstappen. We do. Gap to Bottas has come down after getting out of the way, but it's still 4 seconds, so that's good. We've lost out to Stroll there, though, having to get out of the way of Max. Perez is quite a bit behind, though, so hopefully we won't have to get out of the way of more traffic for a little while yet. You say that about Alonso retiring the car. I remember Baku when Alonso had broken floor and 2 other problems and he still got 2 points. I forget the season at McLaren, but it was when we had Renault engine. Oh, yeah, that was... they were bleak years. Right. Back down to 10 seconds to Stroll. 15 laps to go. We're looking safer and safer to Bottas now. He's going to have to pit now, but he's got a lot to do to get back to us. Can Stroll hang on? We're going to put some lovely softs on in a couple of laps. Verstappen pits. Bottas pits. What did we say? We said lap 43, didn't we? Let's have an attack. Let's use everything we've got in this medium and some fuel. Let's pit next lap. Seven seconds now. We are gaining. This could be on. This could be on. I don't know, we're not seeing much on track at the moment, but we're in a massive gap, so there's no point watching Ricardo. Just trying to manage this gap. Alright, we are in the pits. We need a good stop. Is Stroll going to the end, though? Stroll is probably going to the end. I don't know if we can catch him then. Russell's got a mechanical fault. So is Verstappen. Slow. Oh, there it goes.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, we're still here.
Alrighty.
Oh, we're still here. We're still here. 12.7. You can forget about the point then. The point's gone. Oh, we're behind. We're even behind Gasly and Zhou. Oh my goodness. Why did we just never get any luck? Well, we had a bit of a dream there for a point. I'm not sure Stroll had to pit again, you know. He's on 73% with 11 laps to go. But we're now 5 seconds behind Bottas, 35 seconds behind Stroll. Oh, that's absolutely wrecked us there as our pit crew, and we've got loads of traffic now that we're going to have to get out of the way with.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, this is... We've got Perez next. Well, actually, we've got Perez, and then there's not much until Tsunoda gets to us, but absolutely ridiculous. Ocon's going to have to retire. So is Correa. We're going to have 2 retirements here. Unless one of these don't make it to the pits, there may be a safety car, which would help us in the fact that people might pit, but we would be right behind Stroll. If we cleared these, of course. Can they make it back to the pits here? Looks like they are. Ocon is back. Ricardo has got past Zhou. Is this Zhou getting out of the way of Perez? And we say thank you very much. Well, like slipstreaming a police car with the sirens on there. We take that. Are we going to do the same past the Alpine? I think Correa's going to get back, isn't he? Yeah, both of them get back to the pits, unfortunately, so there's not going to be a safety car. Need a new sporting director. We do. We can't get one. Again, we're finding it so hard to get staff or drivers. Ocon and Correa then retiring. Is Ricciardo getting past Gasly? He is. So we're going to push back up to Bottas now. With Ocon and Correa out, we're down to actually 18 runners, so 4 retirements. But as I say, it is a gap of 30 seconds to Stroll, so that is just not going to happen. Bottas on the medium, so he's got to get out of the way here of the McLaren and the Red Bull, though, so that should bring him towards us. He's got out of the way of McLaren, very slow there. That lost him a second and a half there. He's doing the same there, not as much time lost there. Right, we're into 1.5 seconds, but we've been using a lot of battery there.
Okay, understood.
Let's go to neutral. Colapinto having another pit. Right.
Okay.
I think Bottas has got... I think he had DRS on the leaders there. Yeah, Bottas is staying with Piastri and Perez. Has he dropped out of that now? It's hard to tell. Yeah, he's getting DRS off the Red Bull and McLaren, which isn't helping us. Helping him though, he's dropped the gap to 20 seconds on Stroll. What's the last laps there? Stroll at 1:41. Bottas 4.5 seconds quicker, 4.7 seconds quicker. That carries on. He'll catch Stroll. We were 3.5 seconds. 8 laps, 8:16, 24. That's a close to third. We would potentially as well if that pace continued. Bottas is loving it because he's staying with these leaders. Has he dropped off them now? Let's push a bit of this excess fuel. Hulkenberg's got a fault. Right, we're getting so close to the DRS of Bottas. I think we're going to find it hard to pull away from Bottas though. Gap to Stroll is 19.6 seconds now. Is it still on? I think we'll certainly be able to see Stroll at the end of this race. Have to use some deployment.
Yep, okay.
Not quite got DRS. We can stick with him through here. He will get it on the back straight. .6 to Stroll. Is coming down, but is it coming down quick enough? Problem is we're lapped as well, so got less laps to do it in. And I think Stroll's going to survive, you know. Let's deploy out of here. And we'll harvest some of the battery if we get this move done. So Ricciardo attempting to get back past Bottas.
Yep,
after that awful pit stop. What was it? 12-second pit stop, so near enough 10 seconds slower than expected. So if we didn't have that, we would currently be 7.6 seconds behind Stroll. As we have a look at that move then from Danny Rick. So back to 11th. Try generator stuff, maybe the best from F2. Yeah, I've tried a couple of F2 and then we try them. They're snapped up by F1, although they've already got sporting directors. So then we go after the sporting directors of the team that assigned the F2 one, and then they sign them up as well and ditch the F2 sporting director, but then the F2 sporting director doesn't want to speak to us. So it's a funny old merry-go-round. Alright, it's 16.8 to Stroll. We've probably got about a lap that we could maybe go aggressive on. We've got to come off the fuel, unfortunately. What was the lap last time out? 3 seconds. 3 seconds with 5 laps to go is 15 seconds. We're about 16 seconds. It is going to be very close, I feel, if this pace remains. And Stroll's got loads of traffic to get out of the way of. We could be in luck here. The Stroll is going to have to slow for 4 cars, I believe. Sainz, Norris, Piastri, 3 cars. No, 4 cars, because we've got Piastri as well. So Stroll is probably going to have to get out of the way for 3 other cars. So gap is to 11 seconds. Stroll has now got to get out of the way of another. Norris, which he's done. Down to 10 seconds. Right, now he's got 2 more cars. Perez and Piastri. Verstappen's mechanical fault getting worse. Stroll will move out of the way here. He does. Down to 6 seconds now. He's now got Piastri. We've got no other traffic to get out of the way of. Right, he's just got to get out of the way of Piastri. Gap is 5 seconds. Stroll is really struggling. It's down to 4 seconds. He's got to get out of the way of Piastri here as well. It's down to 2.2 as he gets out of the way of Piastri. Stroll, as we saw last time out in Singapore, where Danny Rick was in 10th and he got Stroll in the closing stages as Stroll tried to keep hold of his hards. Stroll has tried to keep going with this damage to hold out for a point, but Daniel Ricciardo is going to be all over him now.
Okay, understood. Okay, understood.
It's 1.3. We should be in DRS by the time we get to the next DRS detection zone. Maybe Stroll could have an accident with one of the leaders. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? It's not quite there, actually. We'll deploy on the straight if we don't get DRS. Right, Stroll may push everything he's got now.
Understood.
We didn't quite get DRS there. We are in the detection zone now, but we didn't get it there. We can go to neutral. Alright, this is worth another point for us here. Just got to keep it clean.
Understood.
Come on, Daniel. We should have this on the back straight. Right, we've got DRS. Here we go for another point here. Can we get Lance Stroll? We're gaining. We go to the inside. Stroll doesn't really fight that. He's not really got the tools to fight it. Daniel Ricciardo is into the points again. First points of the season for Daniel Ricciardo. Last time out in Baku. Are we going to go back to back? Got to have a look at that overtake again. It's for 10th place. It's for the points. There we go. If you haven't already liked the stream, you got to like that for Daniel Ricciardo's move there on Lance Stroll. We are now running in the points. A couple of laps to go. A lot of people struggling with issues, aren't there? Albon and Mick obviously crashed out. Ocon Correa retiring with issues. Colapinto's been involved in that accident with Alonso, who's obviously got issues and mechanical failure as well. And then Hulkenberg struggling, Stroll with that accident with Colapinto. Alonso with Ricciardo, sorry. The incident with ourselves, Alonso got damaged. Colapinto took Stroll out. And Stroll's got a mechanical fault now to top off his race. He is still 1.2. He is dropping though. Just want to keep him out of DRS. As Max is starting the final lap, he's still got an issue. He's got Charles all over him. Charles, as I say, is making a bit of a charge on this World Championship. It looks like it's going to be a two-horse race between Sainz and Verstappen. I think Verstappen's leading via Sainz, so we'll extend that lead unless Leclerc can get him on this last lap. Ricciardo's safe, so it might be worth just sticking with this. 7 tenths to Max. He needs to be in this DRS.
Yep, understood.
To Charles. Here we go. This could be key for the Drivers' Championship. Gaining. Is he going to go for it? Charles. That was kind of timid, wasn't it, in the end? I felt Charles could have had that. But it looks like it's going to be Max who's going to win it. It's going to be very hard to overtake anywhere else here. That was your moment, Charles. Back to Ricciardo, though. Let's forward on. It is going to be Max who's going to win this one. Followed closely by Charles. Sainz looks like he's going to be in third. Although Norris very close to him. But we are, as we round this final corner for the third race in a row after going all season with no points. It's 3 races in a row that we score points. Danny Rick goes back to back. And we score another point here in COTA. That was unexpected how that race planned out. But in the end, we have come away with another point. And Daniel Ricciardo will take that. Good recovery from him after that accident with Alonso. He did well at that early stop and undercut. Played wonders. The pit team, the pit crew didn't help us. But Daniel Ricciardo did it all on track. And a bit of luck with Stroll for us to finish 10th.
That was a fantastic performance from Daniel Ricciardo.
Honey Badger showing his worth maybe for season 2. Yeah, he's starting to pull out of the bag now, isn't he?
And found themselves in the points.
To be fair, I'm not sure that accident with Alonso was his fault, and then the pit stop obviously wasn't his fault. So in terms of driving, he did really well. Here we go then, full race results. As we say, Max finishes first, wins the race, fire the 25 points, he gets for that. Charles in second, but he takes the bonus point for the fastest lap, so he gets 19 points. Carlos in third, Lando fourth, Sergio Perez fifth, Oscar Piastri sixth, Yuki Tsunoda seventh, George Russell 8th, Hamilton 9th, and Ricciardo up 3 places to finish 10th and get another point. And obviously Mick, massive spin, took out Albon with him and retired from the race. So Drivers' Championship, it should be Max extending his lead. And it is indeed. Carlos Sainz gains 19, but as I say, it is actually Charles Leclerc who's the one gaining most. He gets 27 points across the sprint weekend. So gains quite a bit on Sainz, but it looks like Max is just eking out to win this Drivers' Championship. No change in the top 8, so Max leads, Carlos Sainz second, Charles Leclerc third, Lando Norris fourth, Sergio Perez fifth, Oscar Piastri sixth, George Russell seventh, Yuki Tsunoda 8th, Lewis Hamilton up 1 place to 9th, Fernando Alonso is in 10th, and the rest of the point scorers are Stroll in 11th, Albon in 12th, Correa in 13th, Ocon 14th, Ricciardo up another place on 3 points now in 15th, Valtteri Bottas in 16th, and Mick Schumacher, the final point scorer, with 1 point in 17th. what does the constructors look like? So Red Bull gained 2 points, but it's an 81-point gap now with Ferrari with, I think, 5 races to go, isn't it? So looking odds on now to become constructors champions are Ferrari. Big gap then to McLaren, who will finish 3rd. Mercedes look nailed on for 4th. Aston Martin and that battle with RB. So Aston Martin with Alonso coming together with Danny Rick, and then Stroll being hit by Colapinto. Aston Martin gain no points. RB take another 8 points out of them. So the gap is to 13. That's closing every race now. So can RB finish 5th in the championship? Williams are in 7th. I see a Team Lotus there up 1 place to 8th now. And that's because we are on the same points as Alpine and Kick Sauber coming into this one on 3, but we've gained another point, which takes us to 4 points, and we are now in 8th place. Alpine dropped to 9th, Kick Sauber in 10th, and Haas yet to score a point. And pit stops, we didn't do very well on the pit stops, so no change there. We're still in 10th, Haas are in 11th, although not shown on this screen. So all in all, that was a very up and down race, wasn't it? Mick Schumacher, massive mistake. That was a bit of a downer. He went out of the race very early. Ricciardo was looking good. That early pit stop that we did, undercut, that was after actually the safety car, to be fair, and that accident with Alonso. So that was looking good when we didn't pit under the safety car, running in the points. That was looking pretty good. Then we came together with Alonso, dropped to the back of the grid, looking like no chance of the points, but an early undercut. Then we did really well from there. We got a bit of luck with Stroll, but I think Ricciardo drove a very good race, and in the end gets a bit of luck, and we gain a point. So we can't argue with that one. Next up, we are jumping into Mexico. So unfortunately, Mick does not hit his race target because he retired, but we do get 700,000 for Daniel Ricciardo. My only concern here now is what on earth will Mick Schumacher's car be looking like? As one of our affiliates has increased. Right, Mexico's in 4 days. What does Mick's car say? Okay, he hasn't smashed the powertrain stuff up too much. It's the chassis and front wing. Right, he's all good to go. Car 1's good to go. Okay, so that's not awful for Mick. In debt. We're told we're in debt every day. In debt, in debt. We know, we know. Okay, yeah, so the board attended that race, didn't they, in COTA. So I'd like to thank you for hosting the board at the United States Grand Prix this weekend. Congratulations on achieving a fantastic result. Many of our members were impressed by the event and encouraged by the team's success. This has increased our confidence in your leadership as team principal. P.S. We're happy that you've decided not to retain Mick Schumacher for next year. Right, so, yeah, finances. So, yeah, we're still in debt, minus 176,000. Hopefully, we'll come out of debt with a good race result in COTA. What we got here? Staff. This is because we're not retained our staff yet. So, yeah, I just want to look at the car's powertrain. I think has Mick took a bit of damage on that engine? He may have done, you know. 5 million is going to be a big hit if we need to take that. He has got another ERS to use. Yeah, I think we're still going to need some other parts before the end of the year. Whistler talking to Ricardo Log. Cannot believe that race engineer has no voice. Oh no! We have got a race engineer coming in though. We have got a race engineer coming in. Hold on, I believe we have, yeah. We have got Pierre Hamlin coming in next season to replace the AR has no voice line, which is very frustrating. So that will change in, what, 5 races time? We've got 5 races left, I think. Yeah, Mexico, Brazil, United States, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. Mexico is not a sprint weekend, but Sao Paulo? Sao Paulo? Or is it Qatar? I think there's still another sprint or 2 to come, isn't there? Right, I don't think there's anything else for us to really do at the moment. We can jump into practice. in debt. We get a message that we're in debt every day. There's nothing we can do about it, Hamza. I can't. My hands are tied. Right. Nassau's been approached by RB. Okay. Nassau is our head of aero. Head of aero. Let's try and find a head of aero then. Enrico, he's got 2 years left. He's staying at Ferrari. Peter is out of contract. Jared's going from Mercedes to McLaren. That's maybe why Peter's not got a contract. Aston Martin's going to Mercedes. RB Man's going to Kick. Alpine's going to Williams. The Haas. He's going to Aston. How can RB sign our staff member if they've already agreed to sign Adam Kenyon as a head of aero? Right, so I think Diego Tondi. I think he's going to stay at. Yeah, he's staying at Ferrari, wasn't he? Who was it? It was Peter, who's McLaren has signed someone else. We can try. I don't think we'll get him, but we can give it a go. Let's offer Peter a contract. I think he'll go somewhere else. That's typically what happens. If not, we can try the Haas man. David or Davide. Right, what other staff have we... We're not replacing any of these, are we? I don't think. No, so we do need a sporting director. Definitely need a sporting director. Jonathan Wheatley is staying at Red Bull. He's staying at Ferrari. Ron Meadows is staying at Mercedes. Everyone's staying where they're at. Andy Stevenson is not staying at Aston. Is someone going to Aston? Andeep's staying at Mercedes. RB man. Right, so we can try Andy Stevenson and we can try the RB man potentially. Oh, he's got 2 years left. What? How's that then? His contract is running out the end of this year. Current contract. 3 months left. Why am I having to pay 1.2 million to break the contract? When it's next season and he's not got a contract next season. Can't work that one out. Doesn't make sense. Doing it here as well. That's odd, isn't it? Next season, yeah. Oh, it's that because it's our member of staff, isn't it? That's why. This will be because our sporting director has got 2 years left. That will be why. That's frustrating. Might have to replace them next year then. What about a technical chief? Peer. We did try to get Peer before and it was a struggle. Right, let's try that. Right, let's see what comes back on those. Probably won't get anything now until after this Mexican Grand Prix. Mika, no research projects. No, we can't afford it, which is annoying. Right, race targets. So it's saying we're predicted 7th. I can't see how that's right. Our car is not that good. Right, let's go for the highest targets. That'll give us $1.4 million if we were able to achieve it. IRB for technical people. Yeah.
We return once more to the hustle and bustle of Mexico.
Right, we are into Mexico then. Should we try and get a 7% engine to last for a laugh? Let's do it. Probably gonna have to take another ERS with Danny Rick, aren't we? I think 3% gearbox would be really taking the mick. Let's do it though. Let's run this session with a 7% engine, 3% gearbox. How long in the chat do you think we'll last in this practice session with that? What's Mick got? Mick's gonna have to take another engine, you know, that's 5 million. It's got that. Right, let's get that cruddy gearbox on. Alright, let's get our run plan going. Let's just go for something random. Let's just jump into it. Right, let's jump in then and start this practice session in Mexico. Let's get them out on track. And we'll see how long Ricardo's car lasts. Let's get them out and see if we can get these setups nailed in. Alright, we can relax a bit now. After the hustle and bustle of that race. Bit of downtime now as we go through practice. Well, he's made 10 minutes, as Ricardo. Just trying to save as much parts as we can for the rest of the season. I really don't want to be spending any more money. We're in debt as it is, so... We'll probably be able to... What, we've got 5 races left. We'll probably be able, and with a couple of sponsorships, we'll probably be able to make close to 10 million. So we've maybe got enough for an engine, a gearbox, and an ERS across both cars. But if we don't make that money, or we need more parts, then we're going to have to start retiring from sessions or races towards the end of the season. I don't want to be in debt or break the cost cap. Alright, one more bit of feedback from both of them. Hulkenberg's got a mechanical fault. Yeah, Ricardo's way off the pace. Right, he won't be able to go... I think I'll just keep him running because I'll bring him in. That gearbox is still 3% though. It should still let me go out with him.
How's it going?
Alright.
Something doesn't feel 100%.
Right, oversteer's perfect.
Okay,
Right, let's try that. Try that with Danny Rick. We've got a virtual safety car. It's not our drivers because we're actually in the pits. It's Correa.
Now this is where the RB driver's involved. Oh, and there wasn't a lot that could be done to
Ooh.
avoid crashing into the barrier.
That's a nasty one. Is Correa out of practice then? Where is Correa? He is out of practice. Correa is out of practice. That might cost him some parts then. Right, front wing definitely needs to be higher on this. Let's go with that. Kind of looks like his Team Lotus car's been replaced by a crappy old Skoda at the pace. Yeah. That was Skoda pace, isn't it? It's got a rattly old engine and gearbox. He got through half the session somehow, though. Alright, let's send them back out. Is he somehow going to manage to make this whole session? Still at 3% and 7%. That'll work for me. Longer we keep him out and not damaging our newer parts. Perfect. The only Fools and Horses fan, yeah. Mick Schumacher is definitely Rodney dressed up as Robin. Well, it looks like Ricardo is going to somehow manage it all the way through this practice session. Gearbox down to 2%.
Okay, how do you feel the tyres at the moment?
Getting worse.
Copy.
Right, 9 minutes to go.
Yep, all okay.
Right, setup is moving in the right direction. Up to 76%.
So very good at the
92 are Mick, so Mick's gone very much the right way. Danny Rick, the perfect Del Boy. He is the Australian Del Boy. His new nickname. Schumacher's got a puncture. That's fine, Schumacher. Just come in. We just wanted to run the rest of that stint out. There's only a couple of minutes left, so... Right, Danny Ricciardo made it all the way through that session somehow. Practice 1 in Mexico is done. Can we get that gearbox in again? I don't know if it will allow us. Let's have a look. It is going to allow us. A 1% gearbox and a 5% engine. Let's do it. Right, car setup. Where are we at now with this? Okay, so straights. Need to come back this way a bit. I think that could be there, you know. We want to save some mediums here. Right. Oh, this is very close, isn't it? No, that's going to move it too much. Let's just try that. Let's try that. Alright, let's jump in and get them back out for practice 2. See how long Danny Rick can last this time.
We will go on green.
Right. Daniel Ricciardo, what's he got? He's got what? He's got 1% to play with. We've got 1% to play with. So I don't think he's going to make it through this session. But let's see. At least this meant we haven't had to jump on that other engine or gearbox sooner. Saved a few percent in that, which is nice. Look how slow he is, it's mad. We are obviously on light work on the tyres as well, but he's, what, 3 seconds off Mick. Oh, he's lasted another 15 minutes. When is that gearbox going to tick to 0? It's funny because we've got major wear, but we've not actually got any issues. Got no faults with the parts. The gearbox just literally going to stop working, or is it going to stay at 1% until we box? Just going to keep him out until he finishes this stint, I think. It allows it.
Everything's pretty stable. Nice one, guys.
Up to 96%. Oh, hello. Hello.
Okay. Understood.
The gearbox has stopped. I think we're at 0%.
VSC.
Ah, there we go.
Positive.
Copy.
The gearbox is no more. Oh, we just seen that, but yeah. The gearbox is given out. That was bound to happen. Right, let's forward on. So he's going to lose a bit of track acclimatization, probably. But we've certainly got the most out of that gearbox that you could ever hope to.
Copy that.
Right, so what's Mick gone to? 88%.
VSC ending.
Got some work to do there, then. Need to go the other way on this. Let us try that. Let us try that, see what we do. But yeah, we literally got that gearbox down to 0%. Sometimes you get a fault with them even at 40%, so that was good going. Alright, let's get Mick out then for the last 25 minutes. Bottas has got a fault. I wonder if we're going to have a few cars now in the final 5 races of the season having a few faults and having to take engine parts, gearboxes. Be interesting to see. Right, 20 minutes to go. Don't know if Mick's going to quite get the full set of feedback here. It's going to be very close. I think we'll be a lot closer on getting to 100% setup satisfaction with him on this run as well. Be nice to get this full set of feedback. Oh, it's 70% track acclimatization, so we're definitely going to get 100% on that in practice free. But hopefully, I'm trying to get closer to 100% setup satisfaction, as I don't want to run the full time in practice free if we can help it. Well, 5 minutes left. I think he will actually get the full set of feedback, just about. We should be in about the mid-80s for track acclimatization, so hopefully not too much work to do with Mick in practice free. Minute to go. There we go.
Okay,
Sometimes it ticks over on the sort of in lap. There you go. As it hasn't happened.
That was great. Really good.
Yeah, okay, understood.
Right, setup satisfaction is 97%. So we'll have one more tweak on that and get him to 100% track acclimatization. If we don't do better than 97%, then we can always revert that setup. Danny Rick's going to be quite a bit down on track acclimatization. Oh, with Max and Sainz taking penalties, Stroll taking a penalty, Hulkenberg taking a penalty. Mick is taking a penalty, I think, for putting that gearbox in. So yeah, not too much more work to do for Mick. A little bit more work for Danny Rick to do. Right, car setup. It's traction and cornering. So it's tyre camber, really. Right, let's try that. And we'll go softs. Go low. We'll just put him on a lot of laps. Right, the gearbox has gone. We'll put this 4% engine back in for practice 1 in the next race. But we'll try the 20% engine. Hopefully that gets us through the session. He needs it to get through the session, really. Mick, just on the front wing. Let's try that. That's got to be there for Mick, hasn't it? Has Mick got... Yeah, that's fine. Right, let's go with that. Then final practice session. Hopefully that engine does get Danny Rick through. We kind of need him to now. Let's get him out straight away.
Will be go on green.
Mick will just run for this stint. That should get him to 100% track acclimatization. As soon as it is, and we've got the 5 set of feedback, we'll pull him in. That should be enough of him for practice. Danny Rick will have a little bit of work to do because obviously the gearbox failure means his track acclimatization is down. Is our drivers okay? Yes. Someone's had an incident.
VSC.
Let's see what
Pierre Gasly is out.
Now just keep your eyes
So had
on
Correa
Gasly.
retire from practice 1. Pierre, same corner.
Oh, and a fairly substantial crash there. Now, I
And
imagine
Gasly is out of practice 3. Might be a few drivers taking... Well, we saw in after practice 2 there. Looks like there's going to be a few drivers taking penalties. Right. Let's continue on then. So Mick is now closing in on 90% track acclimatization. Couple of bits of feedback. So hopefully another 15 minutes of running from Mick and he'll be in. That'll be enough of him. Danny Rick's track acclimatization is getting there as well. Just gonna have to keep him out on a long run. The longer you're out, the quicker the track acclimatization goes up, so... Mick is nearly there. Yeah, he's got the track acclimatization. Just want that final bit of feedback from Mick. We'll pull him in. We're not going to do any changes. If we're worse off, we'll just revert back. Right, optimal for Danny Rick. 97%. I think that's... We'll just focus on track acclimatization now for Ricardo. That's close enough.
How's it going?
Set off satisfaction for Mick is great, so we've probably gone the wrong way there, so we'll revert back.
Good.
Yeah, so go back to 97%. So it looks like, unfortunately, on this occasion, we're not going to be able to... we're not going to be able to get a 100% on the track acclimatization. Close, 97%. But yeah, it's going to be 97% on both drivers. I'm just focusing on track acclimatization now for Ricardo. But yeah, if you do play F1 Manager, I tend to like doing practice because if you can get the driver preparation up, it does help out in your qualifying and race pace. But also you can use your warm parts, which does help make things last the season. Not in our case though, because our drivers like to smash up our parts, but generally it's a good idea. And as you saw with this session, you can run a 3% gearbox all the way across a full practice session. Right, Danny Rick's tyres have had it, but he's got the 100% track acclimatization, so we can call him in. And that's it. We're done, so we're going to be pretty close, aren't we? What are we going to be? Driver prep. His driver prep will be higher than that once that goes in, so we're going to be about 97-98% driver preparation as we head into qualifying. Ten minutes to go then of this session. And if you're in the chat before we head into qualifying, let me know in the comments, where are we going to qualify? Danny, Rick and Mick, where are we qualifying here? Russell, hello, how's it going? Hope you're well, buddy. Thanks for all the recent support, much appreciated. And there we go, there's more and more penalties appearing, isn't there? That's practice complete. So as we say, track acclimatization 100% for both. Car parts knowledge 100% for both. And setup satisfaction is 97% for both. So we've matched both drivers. That gives them both a 98% driver preparation as we head into Mexico qualifying next. Grissy, dude, like and subscribe. Pushing out the promotion on my behalf there. Thanks, buddy.
Qualifying is coming up, and the drivers will be ready and raring to go.
Mexico City's thin air.
Is that 22nd for Ricardo? It's got a RD after it, so I'm not sure what we're going with there. 15th for Mick. Ricardo will be quicker in qualifying, look out, because we're about to put on the better car parts. So he will be quicker now. Because he's going to have a nice 87% engine in him now. Rather than a worn out one. And same with Mick. Oh god, look how many gearboxes Mick's been through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 completely done. His 6th one has nearly had it. And he's now on to the 7th. We've had to buy 3 new gearboxes for him. We might even have to get an 8th by the end of the season. My biggest concern is having to get another engine for him. He's already on to his 5th. And they cost 5 million. So, yeah. We'll have to see. We might be having to retire Mick if it gets to that point. Hopefully not, though. But let's jump into qualifying. Let me just catch up on this chat here. Doing well. Just wrapping up my work week. Thought I would check in. Good, Russell. Yeah, it's Friday. Friday. Weekend has begun. Unless you work weekends, of course, but I don't. So the weekend has begun. Okay, I don't know. He will be 12th. Okay, 12th for Danny Rick, and Mick is 13th. Yeah, I like that. Mudded car parts. I was wondering why Rick was that slow. Yeah, if you missed it, we were actually running a 3% gearbox in the first practice session, and it made it all the way through. But yeah, they're slow because we're running the warm parts in practice. But they have some nicer parts in now as we jump into qualifying. And we'll send them out now just to get a banker lap in. And let's see what we do. Actually, let's jump on. It's a relatively short lap round here, isn't it? So let's see how they compare. I got Saturday work tomorrow. Oh no, look out, that's depressing. Weekends aren't made for working. Right, so they're going to go purple and green. First laps on track, so of course it's always going to be their personal best. Even if it's the slowest lap ever, it will be green. Purple because we're the first one through that sector. Until now, there's another car through it. So let's see what we do. So first sector, Danny Rick 27.3. About a 10th.5 up. Advantage to Daniel Ricciardo. Second sector, 29.6. 29.8, so it's probably looking like 3 tenths up for Ricciardo at the moment. So a bit of work for Mick to do as Ricciardo riding the curb on that final corner. And across the line, a 1:14.76. I think Mick's going to be about 3 tenths off, 3 or 4 unless he has a mega final. 5 tenths, half a second. That's a long way back from Mick.
Okay, understood.
Good lord, Mick needs his own cost cut. He does, doesn't he? I think if you could do it, I would have done what Mercedes done with Rosberg and Hamilton, and Mick would have to pay for parts after about the amount of parts he's had. But unfortunately, we have to foot the bill. I felt sorry for Mick when Haas got rid of him, but now I feel and wonder, you know, they were probably vindicated for doing that. Car parts with drugs, Mick would be an addict with that. Yeah, he's definitely addicted to smashing the car up. Right, let's forward on. I think Ricciardo set a very good time. I don't think I need to send Ricciardo out again, you know. I know he's 9 tenths off a Ferrari, but he's only a couple of tenths off the Astons. I think I need to send Mick out again. It's very close, you know, it's... Alpine is only a 10th off, so yeah, we're definitely going to have to send Mick out. I think Ricciardo's safe. I know we've got Hamilton and Norris down here, but... He's got half a second on Hulkenberg, 7 tenths on these. I don't think they're going to find that, are they? Ricciardo has got good qualifying pace. He does a lot of the time out-qualify Mick. I'm not going to send him out. We'll send Mick out. I feel Mick is going to be at risk, so we do need to send him out. We'll go late. I have put some fresh softs on him, haven't I? Yep. It's got the fresh softs. Right, let's send him out. Right. Nick. Did he have traffic there? He did. There's going to be a lot of traffic here, isn't there? Oh, there's a lot of traffic. Oh, this could be bad. Don't know if these are on flying laps. They... Please move. Right, 2 have moved out of the way. That's nice. Right, who else have we got up here? We've got... We've got someone else. Checkered flag, so Ocon's not going quicker. Neither is Bottas, so I think Ricciardo is safe. He's being held up here, though. That's not ideal, is it? Does go quicker in that middle sector though, so we might have got away with that. I think if he finds 2-3 tenths, he should be absolutely fine here. Cross the line then, Mick. Does he improve? He does. And I think we should be pretty safe now with both drivers. And we are indeed, so... Slightly held up there, but doesn't impact us. We do get through. So yeah, Max showing that Max, Sergio, Carlos and Stroll are taking penalties. Mick's obviously taking a penalty for that gearbox. Hulkenberg and Bottas. So it depends how significant these penalties are. Could be good news for Daniel Ricciardo. Right, let's jump into Q2. Have we got enough to get into Q3? What we'll do actually, we'll go scrub set. Actually only got one set of softs for Danny. Not ideal for the race. Though we will get a fresh soft set back. Right, let's get these bankers on the scrub sets. These are obviously not going to be great times, but you never know. Where will we qualify here then? So, let's see. I think Lookout might be close with 12th and 13th. If you're jumping into the stream, if you haven't already, please do smash a like. Really does help me out. Alright, we've only got one fresh set of sauce for Daniel. I mean, that's not a bad time from Ricciardo again, is it? They must have been scrub sets as well, surely. Yeah, by the percentage. I'm pretty sure they were. I'm going to say, if not, that's a hell of a time. This is really tricky when to send them out here. It's very busy at the moment. Ocon's in. I think a few of these drivers are going to be coming in though and not going back out, hopefully. The ones that are on track now. I'm going to let these run their laps. Go out late again and hopefully not encounter the traffic. Alonso and Ocon coming out. Well, that might be a bit too close. Though Mick will get a nice tow. Alright, what is traffic gonna... Oh, red flag! Oh no! Oh no, is there enough time in the session? Is it Tsunoda? Tsunoda's out. Schumacher's out. There wasn't enough time in the session, but Daniel Ricciardo is still through. So actually, that doesn't matter too much because Mick was taking a penalty. Yeah, that red flag has not helped him. Are you related to, inspired by Captain Goodspeed? You both chose to create Lotus F1 and both have used Mick and Danny. I'm not. I do not know who Captain Goodspeed is. But obviously, great minds think alike. No, when Create a Team came out, I was always going to do Team Lotus. They are based down the road from me. So, local team. So, I was going to do Team Lotus. Daniel Ricciardo. Don't know how I ended up picking Daniel Ricciardo. It's always going to be Mick. So, I just thought a lot of people were going to go for Behrman, Kimi, Lawson. So, I tried to go left field to go with Mick. But actually, it turns out I've seen quite a few series where people have picked Mick. So, that didn't quite work. But... yeah, no, I do not know a Captain Goodspeed, but yeah, good on him. I thought I was the only one with the Team Lotus series, but there we go. So Mick is out in Q2. Daniel Ricciardo is through to Q3. I don't think I'm going to run in Q3 though, because I'd like to keep these two sets. I'm going to keep these two sets of softs. We could, for a laugh, run these 78% tyres, just in case something mad happens in qualifying, no one gets a lap in.
We will go on green.
Or is it just a coincidence? Yeah, just a coincidence.
Okay.
Maybe I inspired him. I don't know how big his channel is. It's probably a lot bigger than mine, but who knows? Right, so Ricciardo, as I say, we're not going to send out. We're going to keep those fresh softs. I expect him to finish 10th here. As Hamilton and Russell should go quicker on these next laps. Yeah, Hamilton does. Russell doesn't, though. Which is a surprise. Maybe he had some traffic there. So actually, going out on that scrub set has worked out because we've gained another position. And we'll actually start the Mexican Grand Prix in 9th for Daniel Ricciardo. Maybe higher, depending on what penalties these teams are taking. Getting to the end of the season, so there's cars needing a few new parts on them. Right, so 3-place grid penalty for Mick. He's down to 17th. Daniel Ricciardo is starting 6th. Wow. Right, let's see what we can do. That's not going to work, is it? Right, it says this is 1 second quicker. Let us try. An Old Faithful. No, that's not going to work. We need to go longer on that. Oh, don't want that either. What does that say? That's slower. So yeah, for Danny Rick, it's saying softs on conserve to 2 sets of mediums would be the quickest way round here. Oh, Mick, they want a freeze stopper for Mick. Mick is just so bad on his tyres. 50, oh God. Right, can we do something a bit different with Mick? Right, let's just have a look, chat. See what we can do here. Just have a play about with Mick's strategy. It says this is quicker. The soft, hard, medium, medium. But they're doing a... Okay, it's because it's on standard for the soft. We could probably extend that. That's 1 second. I'm going to go with that. Technically, that's a little bit quicker, but I feel if we're in traffic, we can easily divert to this. It's just changing the soft. Why that's quicker is just the soft stints on standard. We're going quicker, but what I'm thinking, if there's a lot of traffic, we can just get in for an early undercut and do a massive undercut. That's what I'm hoping. Let's just pump this up. Team are on cocaine or something in the background. They're fully going for the work on the car. Right, so strategy then is we jump into this Mexican Grand Prix. We are going for a 2-stop at Danny Rick, starting on the softs but conserving, so a longer stint on those softs, then switching to 2 standard stints on the medium. Mick is going for a 3-stop, a short stint on the softs, then medium, then hard, then medium. So let's see how it pans out as we start in 6th for Ricciardo and 17th for Schumacher in this Mexican Grand Prix.
The anticipation is really building. This is it. Here we go.
So Ricciardo starts in the points, but a lot of quicker cars behind us. The Max in the Red Bull, Perez in the Red Bull.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
So yeah, Tsunoda, Perez, Verstappen, a lot quicker than us. Sainz as well, and Russell. So they will likely come through the pack as Russell's making the move on us already. Perez has had an amazing start, hasn't he? He's up to 6th. Where was Perez? Oh, McLaren cutting the corner there. Ricardo looks like he's had a very poor start there, doesn't he? He's under pressure immediately from these quicker cars. So Piastri on the medium, so is Perez. Again, we can't really battle those guys. So yeah, if we're taken by Verstappen and Tsunoda, we would be in 10th, but Sainz is there. So yeah, again, we probably need one issue ahead of us. Stroll has started last, so he may not be a contention for this one. But we're just going to have to settle into this strategy with both drivers.
Copy.
I think Ricciardo, unfortunately, is going to go backwards pretty quickly here. But there may be 3 stopping here, and we are only 2 stopping. So as the championship leader, Max Verstappen, moves past Ricciardo. Tyres, yeah, so as you see, most of the grid, as the AI normally do, are pushing hard. So yeah, Tsunoda will be quickly past us, and then probably Sainz if he can clear Ocon. As I say, we've just got to run our race, really. We don't know what the rest of these are doing. If they're free stopping, then Ricciardo can afford to lose 20 seconds to them at some point in the race. But as I said, our car is not really to the level of all of these ahead of us. Maybe we can meet Tsunoda or an Aston Martin or 2 on our day. But Ricciardo sticking with the DRS. How's Mick doing back here? He's right behind K-Mag. K-Mag on the mediums. You probably do want to be getting past him.
Okay, so let's just catch up, Brad.
Because we're going for an early stop with Mick, so we don't want to be bogged down in traffic this early. Already a DRS gap near enough forming to Albon. Yeah, K-Mag has not got DRS. Come on, Mick, need to make this work for us. And Mick has cleared K-Mag, so that was important that we did that. He's got his T-Mac now, Hulkenberg, as Albon's moved ahead of him. Well, let's just go calm that down a bit, and the fuel. Ooh, Mick is having a look there. What's Ricciardo doing? Got Tsunoda and Sainz now all over him. Well, that's fine. We expect to go backwards with Ricciardo. He should be quicker as the race goes on. Local team, yeah, they're based about 20 minutes away from me, Lotus. Alright, so Mick in 15th. What's tyres looking for the rest of the grid? Actually, Mick, although he's pushing on these tyres, got better tyre than Hulkenberg and Albon, so they're really attacking. Tsunoda, Verstappen, Russell, Norris, their tyres are all pretty good in terms of Ricciardo, so maybe they're going for this light stint as well. As Tsunoda does get past Ricciardo. And it will be Sainz next past us. Unfortunately, we're not quite there with our car, but hopefully in 2025 we'll be able to battle.
Let's go.
For the points. Although we've got points the last 3 races, we've been a bit lucky with things happening ahead of us. So it'll be Albon who gets onto Ricciardo next, but I'm not that worried about Albon because he's pushing his tyres. Ocon's conserving as well. As Mick has now got past Hulkenberg, it looks like. Yeah, so there are a few drivers that are conserving as well. So it's not just Danny Rick going for that strategy.
Understood.
Danny Rick has probably got the best tyres on the grid, but only just over a few of these, so... Right, Mick's a second off Ocon here.
Okay.
Sainz is moving past Ricciardo now.
Okay.
So down to 11,
Alrighty.
but pretty much all the quicker cars are ahead of us now. Apart from Stroll, who's bogged down. Yellow flag. Is that the Alpine there? Ocon must have been. Got damage and Mick has passed him.
Something's happened.
It's like Ocon's
Looks like
clipped the wall
Alpine.
on the corner, the final corner here. Oh, lost the rear end. Lucky to not have more significant damage than that. But that makes it easier for Mick. So Mick's now in clear air. And Mick can just push on now for his pit stop on lap 11. It looks like Albon's matching Mick's strategy. And then the cars ahead of Ricciardo are matching his. So, bit of a stalemate there, really. Before we do that, let's get on Interville. Yeah, who do we think is going to be on the top step this weekend in real life then? Are we going to have another McLaren win? Is Max going to bite back? Right, so Ricciardo's dropped to the top 10, which we were expecting. Albon's not really close on us. Bottas is getting close to Mick here. What is Bottas on? He's on softs as well.
Understood.
So we're hoping Mick will be the first to stop, and he'll come out with hopefully a good gap behind Colapinto, and we can do a bit of a push. So Ricciardo needs to stop lap 22. Mick is lap 11. So not long till Mick needs to hit. And we're actually gaining on Albon now with Mick. So Albon might be going through a bit of a conserve phase of his tyres. Yeah, he's got 7% on us now.
Won't be long.
Copy.
Maybe in the future season you could run the blue and yellow from the 1987 season, a livery that looks similar to that one. It was till 1992. Yeah, I need to think about livery for next year. Obviously, we will run a different livery. We did run a special one-off livery in Monaco. Obviously, I don't know those in the chat how much you've watched the series, but if you're interested, go into the YouTube videos, and if you watch the Monaco episode, you'll see a different livery there. That's also an option to run as our full-time livery for 2025. That was a John Player-inspired livery with a modern spin to it. Right, so Mick's in the DRS of Albon. Danny Rick's kind of running his own race now in 11th. I know where Danny Rick is at the moment and where the car is. We can run in sort of 11th and 12th. And these top 10 sometimes with Stroll pull away. And then we're just waiting on something to happen. Maybe nick a point or two. But if Daniel Ricciardo continues, there's no reason really to replace him. He's driving pretty well at the moment. That has probably just absolutely cursed him in this race. I think a McLaren win, a 1-2 would be great. I would take that. Look out.
Tyre update.
Come on, Mick. Mick's going for the move. You can see his teammate Danny Rick up the road as well. And he has passed Alex Albon. Just not a bad stint from Mick. I know Danny Rick's gone backwards. But yeah, started 6th, did Ricciardo. Mick was... Where was Mick in the end? Was it 14th in the end he started? Good progress from Mick. Obviously, he's going through a different phase in terms of tyre management. He's abusing his tyres while Daniel Ricciardo's looking after them. You could run a Honda engine as well. Yeah, we're definitely going to change the engine for 2025. Another yellow flag. We are safe. I think it might have been Joe, maybe?
Approaching yellow flag.
Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg. Nico's had a spin. That is a very odd place to have a spin.
I'm sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, we will change engines. The problem we've got is a regulation change in our save where engines are going from 4 down to 3 for next year. So we probably need to pick the engine supplier that has the most reliability. All right, Albon's sticking with Mick, so he's going to have a go back here with DRS. And we're not too bothered about fighting this with Albon. What did we want to get in here? Lap 11, didn't we? So we'll pit next lap. And we're to go to mediums. We might as well use up this rubber that we've got here. And Albon gets the double taking of DRS, unfortunately, to pull away.
What's this lap, please?
Matthew, it's next lap.
Just got to maintain this.
Right, Albon's definitely going through a push because, yeah, he's closed that gap to Daniel Rick as well. As I say, I'm not too bothered about Albon in terms of Ricciardo's race. We've got 10% tyre life. We're going to go longer than him. I think we've got the beating of Albon. Don't really want him in my DRS though, so we will just give a bit of push on fuel and battery. Just to hopefully keep him out of that. Although I think he is going to get it on this back straight. So he is definitely having a push, is Albono. And Mick is going to stay with the fight as well as he pushes his in lap. 5 seconds to Bottas. So this, kind of the top 10 have pulled away, and then this group of R2 cars and Albon have pulled away from Bottas. Albon, don't go into the back of us, please. It's not even worth it. He's pushing very hard at the moment, so he wants it that bad. He can certainly have it. Mick is coming in at the end of this lap. Let's just forward on. Let's say we should be fine with Ricciardo towards the end of this lap. It looks like Albon might have been pushing his battery because he suddenly dropped off us there by a second in the middle part of the lap. And yeah, Mick has passed him. It doesn't really matter because Mick's about to come into the pits. But yeah, Albon definitely went through a push phase there. And Mick is into the pits. Hopefully our pit crew do not do another 12-second stop as we did in COTA. Come on. Come on, boys and girls at Team Lotus. Need some good work in there. .7. As I say, our pit crew isn't the best because we need a better sporting director. We can only max our skills up to 56 at the moment. Right, where's Ricciardo coming out? He's coming out behind Colapinto, which we were expecting, but we were expecting to be a little bit further back than that. Were we just going mega slow there, or did it just look slow? He was crawling then, but anyway, we are up to speed now, so it is 2 seconds, so we'll let him get on now. So lap 24 is Mick's next stop. Danny Rick's first stop is lap 22, so I think at the moment, till we get Mick up to Colapinto, there's not too much that we need to do. Albon's dropped 2.5 seconds back now on Ricciardo. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Red Bull do at Singapore, because when they were dominant last year, that was the one track they weren't dominant at. This year, they're less dominant. I wonder if that'll balance out and show they'll be more competitive there. Practice-wise, it looks like they will be competitive. Hulkenberg's in the pits, and we have jumped Hulkenberg, who's behind us anyway, so we do expect to jump all of these. And Mick should pull a bigger gap on Albon now as well. Although, we're not gaining significantly on Colapinto, although we are now in his DRS. Hopefully this should be easy pickings for Mick. Colapinto's tyres are down to 42%. And Mick's taking the inside line. Lovely work, Mick. Mick needs a good race after last time out. And if you're jumping into the series for the first time, Mick Schumacher will not be our driver for next year. He is being replaced by Liam Lawson. So this is 4 races to go after this one. So, yeah, it's currently 5 races to go, including this one. And that's his last 5 races as a Team Lotus driver. So hopefully he can end some point on a high. He has got 1 point for us this season. So at least he does go out this season gaining our point. A point, and it was our first point as a team. So Mick Schumacher will always have that on his CV, gaining us our first ever point. Right, it's 4 seconds behind Joe now. Danny Rick is in clean air, so I always forget, what did we say? Lap 29 for Mick. I think it's lap 22 for Ricardo. So really, we're forwarding on until Mick closes up to Joe or our pit stop with Danny Rick. Joe's probably going to pit in the next 2 to 3 laps. Hopefully he doesn't get out of the way, because then we've got lovely clean air to Magnussen. Ricardo's, yeah, got lovely space behind him. Bit of a lonely race now for Ricardo. He's 10 seconds off the top 10. But he's there. He's there to capitalise. If there's a mistake in that top 10, he can claim another point. Right, Mick is nearly into the DRS of Joe. Joe not pitting. Still only down to 39%. I think he's managing those tyres a little bit. So Mick is going to have to make another move here, so he's not losing time. Let's look at last laps in terms of Albon. 124.8, Mick's doing a 123.5, so Mick's lapping a second to a second and a half quicker, so he should have quite a big gap on Albon. But Albon may well be 2-stopping, and Mick is 3-stopping. Joe's got a mechanical fault, and that might be holding us up even more, which isn't great. Albon's pitting now. Alright, Mick should hopefully get this done on the back straight, unless Joe is jumping into the pits. He's not, he's continuing in. Mick's near enough, already past him, so with the DRS this should be light work. Albon's out of the pits now. So yeah, we'll see what that gap is. I think it's going to be around 5 to 6 seconds.
Okay, mate, doing it.
Once Albon's up to speed. So past Joe, now we've got 7 seconds to Magnussen. But yeah, hopefully, Bottas is on 25%. Bottas is on a mad one. He's at risk of a puncture. Gasly's down to 36%. Gap to Albon is about 8 seconds, actually. Nearly 9. So, yeah, need to continue to extend that across this Grand Prix, as it may be that we're doing one more pit stop than Albon. But yeah, not sure why Bottas is going so long here. He's surely coming into the pits at the end of this lap. Down to 23%. He's got to box, hasn't he? Not that Bottas really in our race. I'm just intrigued now that we've seen that. He does box. Right, so Mick is 4 seconds off Magnussen, but we are gaining pretty quickly on him. I don't think he'll box by the time we get to him. He might do, though. Gasly's in the pits as well. He's out of the way nicely. You're 3 seconds behind. What's Ricardo? Ricardo's yellow flag. Right, we're okay. Someone just going, oh, Albon lockup. That's good for Mick's race.
Tackling turn 3.
Especially if it's a lockup and not just going wide. That will wreck his new tyres.
Now, they did leave it very late.
That's a pretty big lockup from Albon. We take that. He's now fallen 11 seconds back, and his tyres are near enough the same life of ours. So that's advantage to Mick. Correa's the car behind Ricardo now. Correa's on hard, so maybe that's just crossed over though, and Correa is now having some success on those. 124, a couple of attempts. He's taking a bit of time out of us. 4 seconds back. Tsunoda, Russell, Magnussen all pitting. So Magnussen does get out of the way of Mick. Tsunoda and Russell are out of the pits. What are the tyres saying? So Russell's on mediums, Tsunoda's on mediums. Why are we ahead of... Oh, Stroll started at the back, didn't he? Yeah. I was going to say, why are we suddenly ahead of Stroll? But yeah. It's getting excited then that points were on the cards. But Stroll started at the back, so he's had a good first stint now. He's got traffic out of the way. He's only 6.4 behind us. He is going to have to box earlier, but he may well undercut us, you know. Right, Ricciardo, lap 22. Feel we can go to standard. Ricciardo is now starting lap 20. Those still got 2 laps to go. Right, he's starting lap 20. Gasly's got a mechanical fault. Mick is, yeah, Mick's in sort of no man's land now. Right, I think I'm going to pick Danny Rick at the end of this lap. May as well use the last 6% of this tyre. As Tsunoda's getting past us. I mean, Correa looks like he might be a threat here. But I guess it is on the crossover, those hards now. Whereas he's going to go longer. We're now going to start to gain significantly on him when we pit. What's the last lap? 24. Yeah, so he's nearly... Yeah, he's taking a good second out of us now. But Mick is going 4 attempts quicker. So when Danny Rick now pits, he'll start to build that advantage back on Correa. Right, let's see Daniel Ricciardo come into the pit stop then. Yeah, we need some action in that top 10 again. But yeah, at the moment, Correa and Stroll may also be a threat to our 11th place. I wonder if Stroll is about to undercut us here. What's Stroll gone into? The mediums as well. Matthew Smith doing well, mate. Yeah, we're getting there. 2.6, we'll take that. Where do we come out? Stroll, yeah, does undercut us, unfortunately. As I say, we've just not got the pace of those Aston Martins at the moment. And Albon, what is this? Is this a glitch? Does this suddenly go really slow coming out of the pits, don't they? So Mick's also jumped Danny Rick here. He's got 12 seconds on us there with that earlier stop. Obviously, Mick has got to do an extra pit stop. Lap 29 for Mick next, so in 6 laps' time. So, who knows? Mick's strategy might be best. Yeah, hope you're well anyway, Matthew. We're still in Season 1. We've got 5 races to go, including this one. So after this one, 4 races left, and then we'll be in 2025. Wow, Ricciardo doing well as the car is getting better. Yeah, he's not doing too bad. We're basically where the car is now. In Ricciardo's hands, we can pretty much beat the Kicks, Williams, Alpines, and Haas. We can normally beat Correa now in the RB. Tsunoda, if you play the game, you know he's pretty OP in this, so it's hard to beat Tsunoda, but we're not quite got the car to challenge Aston Martin, Mercedes, and then certainly not the top 3, McLaren, Ferrari, or Red Bull. So my aim for 2025 is to have a car that can challenge the Astons and Mercedes at least, so then we can fight for between sort of 7th down to 10th in that kind of range. Right, Ricciardo, he's got Bottas behind him now. Bottas on the hards. Let's look at last laps now and compare to Correa. So Correa, oh, that's still on his in lap for Danny Rick. So let's just forward on slightly. Right, let's see now. So Correa's done a 23.0. So Danny Rick's taking about half a second out. So we should have a good gap on Correa when Correa pits, but Correa might be very quick in the closing stage of this race. Was that a lockup ahead of us? No, maybe not. I'm hearing things. So yeah, got a lot of gaps actually in this race in terms of our drivers, so we're not really battling anyone at the moment. We're looking at lap 29 now for Mick. You're doing better than me. How's yours going, Matthew? It's been a struggle this first season though, with starting on the lower settings. But we do like a challenge. That's the way to go. Correa's probably going to pit in the next few laps. Yeah, Mick's still got a good 10 seconds on his teammate. Maybe Mick's free stopper might be quicker than Daniel Ricciardo. I think our teammates might be close towards the end of this race, you know. Has Alonso just stopped? Why are we only 7 seconds off Alonso? Have we got better pace than Alonso? No, I think Alonso is being held up by Correa by the looks of it. Yeah, Ricciardo's not really gaining on Stroll, so it looks like 12th place, sorry, might be the best we can extract from this one. But who knows? It only takes an accident between two of these, and Ricciardo, the mop as we call him now, he just mops up for that final point or two, as he's been doing the last two races. Matthew, have 1 point so far. That's not too bad. We only got our first point 2 races ago. And since then, we've been in the points in every race since. So 1 point in Baku, 2 in Singapore, and then Danny Rick got another point last time out in COTA. So we're up to a whopping 4 points. Correa is pitting now. Stroll is past Mick, which is fine. We're on different strategies. All right, where is Correa going to come out in terms of Daniel Ricciardo? Mick, we need to pit this lap.
We are catching him now.
We can probably pit next lap. We can probably extract one more lap out of that, to be fair. Let's go back to Correa. So Correa's out of the pits now. Yeah, we're going to have quite a significant advantage on him. He's got to get through this traffic as well. Yeah, Matthew says it's so difficult on the lower set. It is, yeah. It's good though, because F1 Manager 23, even if you started with the lowest team, was very easy, you know, even if you started for Haas. Once you know how to design the car, you could get to battling for points and podiums and championships very quickly. Whereas I like this, although this series will be a long series that I'm doing, I like it because we're not just going to go from being the worst team on the grid and win a championship next year. Let's say we've grabbed some points this year, but it's not been on merit. It's only just been because there's been other mistakes. So actually, if all the races were sort of mistakes free, we probably wouldn't have gained any points this season. Next season, hopefully, we do get a better points tally, and then hopefully season 3 is where we can challenge for podiums, potentially race wins, potentially championship, if not season 4 championship. You on PS5 or PC? I am on PC. My team's arrow will be a slog, but worth it. Going to be low settings. Yeah, go for it. Look out. Yeah, it's definitely a slog on the low settings, but it makes it worth it. But it's interesting, after I wrap up this series, which as I say will be a while, I'm not sure if I'll do another creator team or I might revisit just a general team, go back to sort of in real life in terms of 10 teams on the grid. We'll see. That's a long way away yet. Got plenty of work to do here with Team Lotus. So right, Mick should be coming in, shouldn't he? Yeah. So the gap is now 5 seconds, but Mick is now going to take his second stop. Danny Rick is not due in now until lap 42, so he's got another 10 laps or so to go. Mick's having a bit of a push for his in lap. Right, let's get him into the box. Hopefully a nice stop again. Come on, nice stop, please. Yeah, 2.6. That's about right for us, so that is fine. Right, so Mick is now on the hards. It's like Gazzy is going to get past him, though. which isn't ideal. Is that Lando Norris? Yeah, lapping already on lap 33 then. Mick is lapped. Yeah, this is a glitch going on here where they're really slow out of the pits. He's going to have to move out of the way for traffic of Verstappen. And then there is 10 seconds to sign, so he should be alright once that Red Bull gets past him. Lap 49 now for Mick. And lap 47. So they're going to be stopping relatively close. And they'll be on the same compound. Yellow flag. Someone spun. Ocon? Yeah, Esteban Ocon. Why can't it be someone further up the grid? What's happened to Esteban here then? Yeah, it just loses the rear end. Yeah, Ricardo. It is the Aston Martins now in 10th and 11th. But as I say, we're not quite got the pace of them. Probably a couple of tenths off per lap. Gonna be on my channel so I can have my going on stream. Nice. Go for it, look out. Get it streaming. Get it on.
Look good.
Alright, 2.8 to Gasly here. He's managing an issue. What tyres is Gasly on? Mediums. Ricardo. Yeah, Ricardo's just like running his own race. Right, Mick is nearly there on Gasly. You've just got to get past Gasly, and then we've got 11 seconds of clean air. And Albon's going to pit as well. Yeah, it might be close between Mick and Danny Rick at the end of this race. That might be the only battle for us, which will be between teammates. Yes, Mick. Lovely work. Right, Albon in the pits.
Now we can
Nice
see
move
what
there from
happened.
Mick.
And it was Mick Schumacher.
Pretty easy work because obviously Gasly coming to the end of those tyres. We're on nice fresh rubber. But we didn't get held up there, which is lovely. Right, so again, we were fighting Albon earlier on, but as I said, I don't know if we're really in his race now. Unless he's going to the end on those, then we might be doing one extra pit stop than him, but he's going to be a long way back from us. So Mick done a 121.6, Daniel Rick a 122.5, so about nearly a second quicker is Mick on those new hards. Gasly, is he going to have a little go back at us here? Not ideal. Not ideal, Pitt. Come on, Mick, don't let him have this. Take these two right-handers. Force him out if you need to. Gasly's going to have a DRS again through here, though. Gasly, yeah, he's still got a bit of life in those mediums, as Gasly. So he might have another go at us here. At 42, so we've still got 6 or so laps left for Daniel Ricciardo. I wonder if Gasly's pushing a bit on his battery. Gonna have DRS again here. I mean, Gasly's not really going to be our race, I don't think. It's just not ideal if he's going to try and fight us and hold us up here. But we do survive that. Oh, he's still going for his P. Doesn't want to give this up, does he? Frenchman is really battling this. Must be having a push on his battery, I feel here. Ricardo. Oh, it's Correa the car behind again. So is Correa going to be afraid? He's got those fresh softs on. Only 5 seconds back. And say that RB has got good pace. You can see in the hands of Sonoda, it's in 7th. So there might even be a fight on for Ricciardo to retain 12th. 5 seconds still to these Astons, so we're kind of maintaining that. Right, 7 tenths now. He will get DRS again now, but surely we've got enough to keep Gasly behind. No, Gasly has passed us. What is Pier on? Leave us alone, Pier.
Okay, be smart and patient.
He's pushing those tyres though, because they're dramatically going down. That's just not ideal for us to be having a battle with someone that's not really in our race. Like Gasly has decided to push. He wasn't pushing. As soon as we got past him, he's pushing on his tyres, and I think the battery as well. I think he is going to pit, hopefully, in the next couple of laps, though. Halfway through this one, then, and if you haven't already, you're jumping into the stream, please do smash a like. It really helps me out. Last time out in COTA, we didn't think points were going to happen, and it takes one little incident, and they're on. So, who knows? There's no faults developing out front, and obviously a lot of those cars took fresh parts, so it's unlikely to see faults develop for some of those. This is just not ideal for us now. We're being held up by Gasly. Down to 36%. Is he pitting? No, he's staying out again. He will be in the next couple of laps. We'll get DRS this time. I think we're just going to have to use this opportunity to push away from him. Don't really want to be using all this, but...
Okay, so let's just catch up, Brad.
Needs must-is here because Gasly has took it upon himself to select Mick for his fight of the day. But we get the double helping of DRS, so with that and deploying and pushing on the tyres, Gasly is well and truly in the dust now.
Just make sure you're looking after your tyres.
We just put 3 seconds then on Gasly. Right, we're on Bottas. Whiz for position, so we might want to keep on some of that deployment. And then we've got the 11-second gap to Correa, who's now down to 4 seconds on Ricciardo, so that is coming down ever so slightly. Yeah, Mick thinks better of that one. We should be able to do the same again though on this start-finish. And then we'll do the same. Use the battery, use everything we've got to pull away. Here you go, DRS assisted. Mick past Bottas. And again, we'll get a double helping of that DRS, so we'll keep the battery fully deployed and pushing on everything just to build that gap as we did on Gasly. Hopefully that'll push Bottas out of our DRS. That's the way to do it around Mexico. As you can see already, we've now built that with that double helping of DRS, pushing on the tyres, battery and fuel, getting the overtake done and pulling out a 2-second gap on Bottas. We're 10 seconds off Correa. That is Ocon being lapped. So Ocon's about to be lapped by Mick Schumacher. So 14 drivers have lapped Ocon. He's 17 seconds off 21st. You'd think Alpine will bring him in and retire.
Maintain that, please.
Amazing. F1 last season, Sauber had one of the best liveries in the field. Now they have their season's terrible. Yeah, it's not great, is it? To be honest, I think it looks better on track than what it looked in the initial release of the liveries. But yeah, it's not the best. Yeah, the Alfa Romeo liveries were nice. Right, we've got to remind ourselves again. Lap 47 with Ricciardo. Lap 49 with Mick. Now, Correa's dropped off a bit again. Oh, he's been lapped. That's why. So where are we with... yeah, Danny Rick's just let Charles go as well. And then Verstappen. So that will close back up. Gasly finally pits. So yeah, Ricciardo's going to have to move out of the way for Verstappen. And that will probably bring Correa about 2 seconds behind him here. Ocon's unlapping himself on Norris, which is just mad because it looks like he's got no pace, so I don't know how that's mad. Ricardo's out of the way. Yeah, 2.5 now to Correa. It's Correa's tyre life. Correa's managing those softs as well. Stroll is into the pits. Yellow flag, Hamilton.
Take care, you're approaching crash.
Has Hamilton hit
You
a Sauber?
approaching some debris.
Hamilton, in lapping Zhou, I believe, has absolutely...
Just turned in on me.
I don't think he turned in on you, but he didn't get out of the way.
It's not going the way the team had hoped.
Yeah, that was Zhou. Hamilton has got front wing damage. He's lost an end plate. How much of an issue will that be? We're 15 seconds behind him. Zhou has got the penalty for that. Yeah, we're 15 seconds behind him, so even if he changes that front wing, it'll only drop it to 8. So yeah, I don't think that's going to make an impact, really. Unfortunately. Tsunoda and Alonso are stopping now. Correa's 2 seconds off Ricciardo. Mick is now 3 seconds off Correa. As I say, at the end of this stint, we're going to be on the net same pit stop now. They're both going mediums to the end, so Mick may be in a better place than Daniel Ricciardo if he continues to close this gap. So yeah, this is just showing the speed of these Astons, because Alonso, I think we will just get past Alonso because this slow sort of glitch here goes all a bit mad. But yeah, we've not got the pace to get into that top 10 today without an incident or accident up there. But yeah, Correa certainly looks like he's going to challenge Ricciardo here. Yeah, we're not even gaining on Hamilton even with that front wing damage, so not to be, unfortunately. With the original Kimi, yeah, we miss Kimi. Kimi is a big miss. Now, Ricciardo, 3 more laps, but Correa looks like he's going to have him there. Correa's done a really good long stint on those hards. Now he's got some softs on the go, and he's looking pretty racy here. We'll push some fuel, but I don't think there's going to be much we can do about this. As I say, that RB is very quick. It's just in Correa's hands. He often makes mistakes, lockups or spins. But he's looking like he's putting this one together today. Oh God, we've got an Aston Martin there as well. This could end in tears. Correa still looking. That works out well for us in a way, because we let Alonso go by, but I think Correa will still have us here. Is Correa having a little bit of a push on those? Potentially, but there's not much we can do on our tyres. And there is Mick. 2.7 now, just 3 seconds off his teammate. And Mick's probably going to have a bit more tyre life to play with, because we could extend these hards if we wanted to. I feel like Mick might be in a position to challenge Daniel Ricciardo at the end of this race. And Correa's looking good as well. He's got better tyres on, softer tyres, and the tyre advantage in terms of the degradation is better. Surely now for Correa on this start-finish straight. This should be job done for him here. Ardo would just have to try and stay in his DRS. And there we go. Correa's passed us. That was looking likely now for a few laps. That first stint on the hards really worked well for Correa. Yeah, 1.5 we dropped there because that double DRS. So Correa pushing away as well, so we can't even stick good in that DRS. Shame when Kimi was young, couldn't be in Schumacher. Yeah, he had good chances with McLaren, Kimi. Super fast as well for us was Kimi. But never quite got the Drivers' Championship. In a McLaren at least. Right, Ricciardo, we kind of really need to be pitting him. He's struggling on these tyres. I think Mick's strategy is going to be better here. I'm going to have to pit at the end of this lap. Do we... Let's just have a look here. I don't think those mediums are going to last though, are they? Well, it says they will, so we'll stick with that. Wasn't sure if the mediums were going to last, but it's saying they will, so... I'm just going to ask Mick not to fight his teammate. Because we don't want to crash. Danny Rick is coming into the pits at this end of this lap anyway, so you'll get the position, Mick. Don't want to risk a crash between them. Correa pits at the same time. Oh, did we go next lap with Ricciardo? Oh, God. Oh, God. That's not worked out well, then. Gonna have to release him, then.
Yeah, copy.
Did I never confirm the pit? What happened? Getting late. It's getting late, but anyway, Daniel Ricciardo's gonna have to do another lap.
Box confirmed.
Risk a puncture here, but we'll try and push them. But yeah, I think Correa's got us there because he's undercut us as well. He's on the mediums, the same tyres, and he's had better pace. So I think it's going to be potentially 12th and 13th for us here.
So push.
All right, let's get Ricciardo in for his stop. Show is pitting and retiring. Hopefully a nice clean stop again. 2.3, that's nice. That's our quickest of the day. I think we were held there for Bottas. Is Zhou retiring? No, Zhou, that was Zhou who was boxing, so he didn't retire. Right, let's pit this lap with Mick as well. Charles got a mechanical fault, but I think that's going to be too late for anything significant to happen there. Right, come on, pit crew. Final stop. Make it a good one. .5, that'll do. Alright, where is he going to filter out? Is this going to be close with his teammate? There goes Correa, unfortunately. Albon's close, isn't he? He is going all the way on those hards, but Mick has jumped Ricciardo, but we have this slow glitch that seems to be happening here at Mexico, so that's probably going to close a bit. We're both on standard till the end here. So Mick's strategy, he has looked quicker all the way through this race.
Copy.
And that has come to fruition here. Right, gap is 1.7. We'll continue to monitor it. We will let them fight. We don't normally let them fight, but we'll allow it. We'll allow it. If it happens, we'll allow it. Ricardo not quite in DRS yet, though. Ricardo has been pushing his fuel and he can't do that any longer, so Mick might have it. Mick might have done it today. We'll see though, because Daniel Ricciardo is going to be helped now by this DRS. It's quite powerful. 20 laps to go. And the only battle for us appears to be between our teammates for 13th and 14th for this one. I don't know if I should let them fight. We really haven't got the parts. If they take each other out, we're absolutely screwed. And they've done it twice already this year. That's why we did put a rule in not to allow them to fight. Danny Rick has got DRS again. And Charles winning the race so far. And Danny Rick is staying in the DRS. Yeah, Hamilton's issue's not causing me any problems, is it? Ricardo. Oh god, I really don't like this. Oh goodness. Right, they can fight until lap 55. Oh goodness. Whoever's leading that point is bringing it home. Oh god, this is a bad idea. I shouldn't be allowing this.
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
Right, Ricardo gave it a good go there. Doesn't make it work. Right, lap 55, boys. You can fight until lap 55. And then we're bringing the cars home. We have got better tyre life than Correa, though. Can we be smart here? Kind of want them to fight and swap DRS so they don't lose time, but gain on Correa. Don't take each other out. Oh. Right, Ricardo gets past Schumacher. He'll get the next helping of DRS, but hopefully Mick will then stay with him, because it is dragging us closer to Correa. Now 2 seconds to Correa. We've got a little bit of tyre life on Correa, because he's going to have to save some tyre life. I just need to deploy your battery, Mick. Stick with him. Alright, 1.9 to Correa. Right, Mick has got the DRS now. Hopefully we can just keep swapping DRS. Brings us closer to Correa. And hopefully without crashing. Hopefully without crashing. It's not fun. It's not fun to watch, is it?
Don't worry.
Mick gonna have to save for F1 next season with the warm parts and smashing of parts. Oh god, he's got a whole collection. Right, Mick is back through on Daniel Ricciardo. And we're now 1.4 behind Correa. So as long as we don't crash, it is working what we're trying to achieve here. Ricciardo just wants to stay on that DRS. Mick is nearly in the DRS of Correa. Give Mick some deployment.
Copy.
Alright, keep it clean. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Alright, hopefully Ricciardo will get past him here. Needs a bit of a slingshot because it's gone to 1.1 seconds again. Who's Correa behind here? He's lapping in Alpine. Correa got DRS, which didn't help us there. But he's been held up now, so we'll all have DRS. Is that Ocon again? It is. Right, Mick. Yeah, Mick's in the DRS. So we kind of want to tell Danny Rick not to fight your teammate at this time. Because we want Mick to have a go at Correa. And then you can do the same. Alright, deploy them both out of this corner. Mick looks a bit too far back, is he? I don't know, actually. Gaining very quickly. There we go. We get two helpings to DRS, but Danny Rick is going to follow through. That was lovely work. They should both have DRS as well to pull away here.
Well done.
That was lovely. Correa went inside to defend from Mick, but then Danny Rick with DRS and battery as well just followed Mick through on the slipstream. Unfortunately, we don't see it in that replay. Well, that could have worked out better for us there. Correa has stuck with us though through that. We haven't pulled a gap on him really. Just about got the DRS out on him. Danny Rick's going to lose DRS to Mick though, or is he going to gain it back here? Need Mick to slow up a bit there. Verstappen's got a mechanical fault. Right, I think I've asked them not to fight now, and I feel that's the right thing to do. You're just getting too close there. We haven't got the money for them to smash up more parts. Correa's 2.1 seconds behind. We've got 15 laps to go, and we just need to manage it.
Understood.
Maybe for the last 2 laps we'll let them battle. We'll see, but let's just manage this gap, see if we can keep Correa behind us. There's no point us taking each other out because, let's say, if something happens ahead of us, we could still take advantage of it, whereas if we crash out of the race, we can't.
That gearbox was a bit weird.
George has got gearbox issues. Correa is not going to go away, though, either. That's one thing to be said. He's going to stick in there. But Danny Rick, we're using DRS off Mick in formation. But we 12.
Now, down to the pits. There's
Albon
been
has a pit
hold-up.
stop. We're 12 seconds off Stroll, but he's 16 seconds off the points, so we're effectively 27 seconds off the points. Sorry, it's off the points. So yeah, we'd need an accident or something to happen for 2 drivers in the points for us to have any chance. So I don't even think I can let them fight on the last 2 laps. Say we just have not got the money. If they crash out, we're absolutely screwed. We'll break the cost cap. We'll be in debt. 2025 season will be a wreck. It'll all go wrong. They're just going to have to bring the cars home in formation here. 12th and 13th. Looking pretty comfortable to Korea now. We've just got to keep fingers crossed that something odd is going to happen ahead of us. But there's no one even battling. Look at the gaps here. The closest two cars are our two drivers, really. Well, Ocon and Zhou now as well. So 10 laps to go. It looks like it is going to be 12th and 13th. I think we can go up to an 8 times here. Yeah, Korea's dropped off the pace now. Yeah, we've got a good gap to Korea. So we're safe there in 12th and 13th. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen ahead of us, although Norris got a mechanical fault, but I think these are all coming a bit too late in the day. So does his fault just... Did his fault just go from right away to bad there, Norris? He's got 2 faults. Got an engine and an ERS issue. Charles going to win it, and he's been doing well recently, Charles. So is he? He's going to close that gap on Verstappen. He may even move into 2nd place with this win, because his teammate Sainz, who is in 2nd, is only down in 5th at the moment. Although he's now in 4th for the fastest lap, so he just gained a few points there. 3 laps to go then. And we remain in 12th and 13th, just bringing the cars home. Don't need to do anything stupid here. We did what we need to do. That's basically where our car is, as I said earlier in this race. We can beat the 1 RB in Korea's hands, not Tsunoda's, and we can't really challenge the Astons and Mercedes, and then obviously the Ferraris, Red Bulls and McLarens in a league of their own. But we're on the fringes there, so if there's ever a mistake, then we can capitalise on it, which we've done in the last 3 races. Unfortunately, it's been quite nice and clean from these top 11 today. Not bad going for a first season. You're currently with points moving up the pit lane. Yeah, we won't be the final garage in the pit lane for 2025. Unless something strange happens in those last 4 races after this one. We should be 8th or 9th. That would be nice to see.
Okay, 2 laps to go.
Right, Charles on his final lap. We're a lap down, so we'll finish on that lead lap. As Charles is rounding the final corner then to win again. The man on form at the minute is Charles. He wins this one.
Charles Leclerc is today's winner.
Max does finish 2nd, so very much still Max's championship, but we'll see how that standings are shortly. But in formation, as they have been the last 15 laps, Mick Schumacher is going to finish this Mexican Grand Prix in 12th, closely followed by half a second down the road by Daniel Ricciardo. So Mick Schumacher in 12th, Daniel Ricciardo in 13th, and that's the best we can extract from the car at the moment. Unfortunately, no errors ahead of us, so not an opportunity for points on this one, but the driver's done enough. They kept it clean, and we'll take that one and on to the next one. Yeah, I'm interested to see what Charles has done in this championship.
The drivers make their way back to the pit lane, and there we've got Daniel Ricciardo.
You're beating Alpine at least. Yeah, exactly. Beating the works engine team. Right, so as we say, Charles wins this one, although Max did take that penalty and is up 8 places to 2nd, so Charles obviously hoping for a better increase in that, and Carlos Sainz does well, up 9 to 3rd place, and takes the fastest lap, so he actually gained a couple of positions on that closing stages. Lando Norris 4th, Perez 5th, Oscar Piastri 6th, Yuki Tsunoda again in 7th, Hamilton 8th, George Russell 9th, and Fernando Alonso 10th, so that's going to be good again for RB, because they're battling Aston Martin to try and gain 5th in the Constructors. As I said, with our drivers, 12th for Mick. Quite disappointing for Daniel Ricciardo, down 7 places, but those 7 did include a lot of fast drivers in terms of Lance Stroll, Yuki Tsunoda, Sergio Perez, Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz. So it was to be expected that he was going to go backwards in this one. Drivers' Championship then, let's have a look. So Carlos Sainz is still in second, just about. Max Verstappen still leads, so overall he gets an advantage over Carlos Sainz of 2 points. And that lead is now, what is that, 35 points. So it's 35 points with 4 races to go. So you'd think it's going to be Max's championship unless he has a retirement. Carlos Sainz in second, but say Charles Leclerc is gaining. It looked like it was going to be a 2-horse race a few races ago. But Charles is now, what, 12 points off Carlos? And he's 47 off Max. So probably winning the championship is unlikely, but he might be able to jump into second. Lando Norris 4th, Perez 5th, Piastri 6th, Russell 7th, Yuki Tsunoda 8th, Hamilton 9th, Fernando Alonso 10th. No movement there. No movement anywhere actually after that race. So Stroll still 11th, Albon 12th, Correa 13th, Ocon 14th, Ricciardo 15th, Bottas 16th, and Mick Schumacher 17th. The rest of the drivers yet to score. And constructors, so it's a good day again for Ferrari, though. They extend their lead on Red Bull, so pretty confident now it is going to be a Ferrari Constructors Championship in 2024. Red Bull will finish second, McLaren third, Mercedes fourth, but this battle for fifth is really hotting up now. It's just 8 points. So RB gain another 5 points on Aston Martin. And the way it's going, you expect RB to jump Aston Martin and finish the championship in 5th. So we'll see how that goes with the last 4 races to go. Williams 7th on 4 points. We're also on 4 points in 8th. But we are ahead of Alpine in 9th, Kik Sauber 10th, and Haas 11th. And yeah, these are really dropped off. So I'm hoping they're not to score any points. So it looks like 8th might be in the bag for us this year. Did we do any quick pit stops? Oh, we got 4 points at least. Red Bull on fire on the pit stops. Doesn't move us up. We gain 4 points, so we do gain on Kik Sauber. So we might be able to jump Kik Sauber in the pit stop championship by the end of the season, but probably no more than that. But it's the points that matter, and we look confident that we have secured at least 9th this year, which was the objective. So pretty much the pressure is off with the last 4 races to go. And we'll have those coming up very shortly. But if you've jumped into the stream and you haven't already, please do like the video. It really does help me out. If you're on YouTube and you've been watching the stream and you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. We stream this series on a Tuesday and Friday, 7:15 BST on both Twitch, YouTube, and also TikTok as well. Let's say the highlighted episodes of these streams are available on YouTube. They release every Monday and Thursday. So if you're already on YouTube, click on my main profile. You'll see the latest episode, episode 18, I think it is in Singapore. And if you're on TikTok or Twitch, head to my profile. YouTube is in the bio, so you can come over and check out those episodes and send some love my way. Also on YouTube, but really appreciate all the support, all the likes and comments today. Really much appreciated. As I say, we'll have highlights of these races. One out Monday, one out Thursday, and we'll be back with another live stream on Tuesday as we continue our Team Lotus series and we head towards the end of 2024. So thanks again for checking in, and hopefully I'll see you on the next stream.